Come one, come all, and settle in. Welcome to the year of fright. For the 5th year of Club Flashpoint, we dive into the world of horror. This month, Pyre. I am Faden Cross, and to my right...
Uncle, what could be scarier than basketball? And who's to my right?
Max, basketball with bonfires. And to my right...
A bean sprout, basketball with fires and people.
Welcome Bean Sprout, special guest. Hello, how you doing?
Good, I'm happy to be here. Very excited.
We're so happy to have you as always.
Yeah.
And this month we played Pyre, and also at the end of our Pyre discussion today, we're going to have talks about Blippo Plus, Terraria on mobile phone. What is this? Some Armello, so if you like some dice board games for the computer, we're going to talk about that. And finally, we're gonna get some Animal Crossing for the GameCube talking this month.
Serious games for serious people exclusively.
That's the title of Club Flashpoint, a monthly video game podcast where every month we pick a game and we play about it. We play about it?
We play
talk about it.
I like that,
play about it.
We play about it.
Yeah.
And so Uncle, you chose Pyre this month.
I chose Pyre. This was a game I mentioned as my other game of the month last year at some point. Can't remember the episode.
I can't remember the episode.
Who cares?
Just listen to all of them and
listen
see
to
if
all
you
of
can
them.
catch it.
Yeah, that's your challenge this month, and you will get a sticker if you can prove you did it.
Yeah, and you can prove you did it by leaving us a 5-star review and a comment.
Yeah, and we'll get you a sticker.
We'll get you a sticker.
That's sure. Anyway. I chose Pyre because I chose it like the moment I finished it the first time.
Yeah.
The ending is really cool. It made me think a lot about myself as a person who plays games. If you've listened to other episodes of this show that I'm on, I talk a lot about my struggles as a gamer and the things that I have a hard time dealing with. Choice paralysis is a big one. I have a hard time making decisions in general. I have a hard time accepting failure.
Yeah.
That's a big one for me. And this game teaches you that. And it teaches you so much more. It has deceptively good writing, I think. It doesn't necessarily jump out at you at first. But I think there's some really good messages. There's some great character that's shared pretty impressively considering the choices they made for dialogue and voice acting, which is gibberish for the most part.
I love gibberish.
An intentional choice, yeah. But with very few lines, these characters can really, I think, deliver pretty unique perspectives. And I don't know, this is the most interesting Supergiant game, and I love Supergiant games. Yeah. This is still within their formula, but very different.
Very different. And as we like to do in Club Flashpoint, we like to do an elevator pitch.
Oh, yes.
And because we have a guest, that means, Bean, are you willing to do the elevator pitch for Pyre?
I will try my best.
That's all you can do. That's all we ever can do. You have 30 seconds on the clock to pitch Pyre to someone as if you're in an elevator, and you only have the time between floors to convince someone to play Pyre or on the concept of Pyre. Are you ready?
Okay, yeah.
On your mark, get set, pitch.
Okay, Pyre, imagine a fire, and then you want to extinguish the fire, but with little balls of, energy, and you have the people who pass the ball back and forth, and all the characters are really intricate, and they all have, crazy backstories, and you learn about them, and you love them, and then at the end, you cry for them, or cheer for them, and it's wonderful, and you also, do other things, and travel around in a cute little wagon, and it's fun, and you can decorate it. And, there's stars, and you can touch the stars and do things with the stars.
Time.
I think you got it.
Yeah. Wow. Well.
Before the salt and roiling sea, the moon began to cry. The valley ran with sorrowful tears. lies a leaden sky. The stars all hide away from the chill until the evening rise. Oh, oh, oh,
Me, myself being the super giant, I accept this proposal and will develop this game. Good job, Bean Sprout.
Very, very big giant.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's good. Great description. Efficient description.
Efficient description.
Yeah, I think so.
This is our second Supergiant game we've done for a
Yeah.
game club with Transistor, and now the most interesting Supergiant game, Pyre.
Yeah, this is the real point of Club Flashpoint is making our friends play games we like. And this is my thing, I guess, is Warhammer and Supergiant games now.
That's right. It was you for
Yeah, because
Transistor.
it was me for Transistor. It was definitely my pitch. And yeah, and honestly, it's probably the least matching to the theme we've chosen for this year. There's nothing spooky about this game unless you're as afraid of sports as us nerds.
Or Revolution.
Or Revolution. Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, if you don't like revolutionary stories, if you don't like how do you
Tree
describe?
people.
Yeah.
If you have the Imperial emblem from Star Wars on your car, you probably won't like this one.
Yeah, you probably won't.
Or maybe you will, and you just really,
Maybe
you're
this
really
is the game
confused
that'll
about
change your
things.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just be confused.
Yeah,
That's
too.
also.
It's a cool one. It's so weird. There's not a lot of games like this. Like I can't really describe many games like this in that it takes the format of like a sports tournament game, kind of, because it's paced a lot more like an RPG, with like a rapidly descending spiral of events in a cycle. I'm getting way ahead of us now, but this. I don't know. It's so different, and yet it also feels exactly like a Supergiant game, where you make these very specific choices about how your character plays. Except now you have a roster of characters with unique abilities, all doing kind of the same thing, but in very special ways. And every single thing about every single character is a little bit unique,
Yeah.
and that feels so cool. But gosh, I don't know about you guys. When I first played this game, it was so confusing, and I did not understand. It took me forever to grasp the controls, and I honestly think I'm playing it wrong still.
I'd be curious to know, did everyone use mouse and keyboard or gamepad to play?
Mouse and keyboard.
Steam Deck.
Okay, yeah, gamepad, yep. Faden?
I used a controller, so yeah, a gamepad. I cannot imagine doing this with mouse and keyboard.
I tried it last night when I was going to be playing, but I was super tired and I ended up didn't playing. But the reason I'd stopped was because, oh man, the controls are so bad on mouse and keyboard. I don't want to do it because I left my controller somewhere and I couldn't find it.
I
I
don't really have a good gamepad option,
Yeah.
and so I gotta play mouse and keyboard. And you guys, what I'm hearing is that my single biggest problem with this game is not actually a problem with this game. It's just a problem with my access to it. So this is
It's tricky.
that's a great pitch for you, because for anybody listening, because that honestly was probably my thing I had the hardest time with this game, is I was often doing the wrong thing, and I would jump when I was thinking I'm trying to shoot.
There was a long period where I had that too, where I was like, I don't know which face button is actually doing what, without innately just not having to look at the controls. Thankfully, the controls are plastered on the screen while you're playing, so you can use them at least on gamepad. And I would definitely say this is a gamepad game. I would say play with the controller if you have it available. I think you'll have an easier time.
I don't know though, because I was playing with the controller and I had such a hard time because I felt like the buttons were not in where I wanted them to be. Like I felt like A, or like the top, like the Y button should have been jump, or like I don't know, I kept pressing like pass when I meant to jump, and I kept pressing like the row when I meant to like do something else, and I was like, oh my god. So
I will say, yeah, there was definitely a couple periods of time where I would pick the game back up and start playing, and then I had zero recollection of what button did what until I spent time playing it, and then did it. Which is funny though, because
that happened every time I picked this game back up.
I feel like most games I play, A is jump and X is to do something different. But like for some reason, if I picked up this game, I was just so confused. But it like very quickly went away. But I think it's just years of experience of using controllers for games. I'm like, okay, I'm back into it. I think it took one getting back into the game before I was like, I'm back to the level that I was before when I was playing it like an hour.
Well, and the real question is, how many of y'all have played sports game where I think A to pass is a very common sports game button to me, like playing NBA 2K, whatever.
Yeah, we are nerds. We are venturing into the unknown, Faden.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have zero sports games. Well,
not anymore.
I did play...
Yeah, now you've played Spirit Basketball.
I did play the Mario soccer game on the Wii. I can't remember what it's called. Mario Strikers. That's what it's called.
That's a GameCube one.
And Wii.
Oh, was there a Wii one? Mm-hmm. Oh, that sounds
That's
awful.
how I played it, yeah.
Oh.
We're kind of like beating around the bush of like what this game is.
Let's talk about Pyre.
It's like, I bet this is confusing for someone who's never looked at it. How should we describe this?
Pyre is it's a basketball style game. Where it's like
one-on-one tag team basketball.
It's 3v3, but you only control one character at a time on both sides.
And your NPC teammates don't do anything.
Right.
Well, there is no PC playing the other teammates.
Right.
It's 3-on-3 kind of.
Right.
3-on-3 with one person moving at a time per team.
Three must act as one.
If you know like sports decently well, I thought it was like equivalent to chess rugby, honestly, because rugby is like you are carrying the ball all the way to the other side, and that's how you get it down. You get to score a point when you get to the other side. And then chess, where you move some pieces to maybe block some moves that the player might be using, but at the same time they can take down your blockers and then move past them.
I hate to be the basketball person,
this is basketball.
But the aura is basically your zone for defense. It is zone defense essentially, and you are dunking it into the Pyre.
It's true.
And he's shooting from the three-point line to get more distance and get more points. And yeah, it's a really tricky thing because when you dunk, you will banish your character a lot of instances unless you have a certain ability or item, and that character won't be there for the next round of points.
So it'll be 2-on-3.
Right.
So it's kind of like hockey too.
Yeah.
You're losing players at times.
Yeah, and you just don't get to refill those players. You just have one less player on the field.
You can also be banished by attacking enemies.
Because they're shooting your aura.
You can launch your aura at your opponents. You can run into them if your aura is larger than theirs and knock them and banish them. There are other abilities too. There are some characters that can plant their aura.
To plant a sapling.
And it'll grow over time. And you can, by standing near your teammates, you both expand your auras.
I like that.
That's a really interesting move. I will say, there are just so many different ways to play this game, and that's one of the most interesting things about it. And you're forced by the nature of the game to play it differently as the game goes on. You cannot rely on the same skills because over time, over the course of this game, the whole point of winning is to lose your players.
It's great.
And you can only lose your best players.
Yeah. They can only they have to complete a certain amount of rights, a certain amount of games before they can be eligible to leave. But you have to have someone leave every time you do the right, unless you're just intentionally losing all the time, which I don't recommend.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting dichotomy where you're losing your MVP every season.
Yeah.
And you got to play another season without them and learn to adapt and use your other characters. It's a game that rewards a very robust bench.
Yeah. And an adaptable player.
Yeah.
It's the story, like the reason for all of this. Why is there all this drama over basketball that's played so strangely? Why are there fires?
Well, because of books.
Because of books.
Obviously, this is about books. This is a basketball game about books.
And governments and law and mythology and titans. Religion. The story is more complicated than this, but basically there were these people who had been banished to this land who found a way to overcome their past mistakes, their guilt and their shame, and be better people by living and working together. And they found a way to send others back to the original world they came from and forge what they hoped would be a better society. And sounds like was a better society than the society that had come before them, the empire that they had founded or were ruling. So bad guys become good guys. You get sent to jail. You get sent to the undertow, as it's called. And in this horrible wasteland that everyone's forced to live in, where even the landscape doesn't, the animation style doesn't even match the art style of your characters, so you can really tell that you don't belong. Everything sucks, and everybody wants to get out for the most part, and the only way to get out is to play basketball about it.
Right, but the
True hell.
Yeah.
but the best part about the team you play as is you play as the league's heel.
As the player, yes.
Yeah, like you as the player, your player team is the league that, like, you have this league where everyone else is competing, but no matter what, you always go to the finals because your team is specifically the one they have to conquer in order to get their freedom. You can get your freedom too, but you're just the bad guys to everyone else's redemption stories, and you are blocking them.
You're the team against which all other teams are compared.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Gives you a lot of power.
I like being the evil guys in some sort of way. Now, granted, the story is about, hey, what if we made a better society?
Yeah.
And the leader
by
of your
working
crew.
on ourselves and helping each other. It's really so all of this kind of comes out eventually, but the game starts out really rushed, I think. What were your guys' first impressions? Max, what was your first impression of this game?
This is your first time playing it, right, Max?
Yes, I didn't even know they made this game, Supergiant. So this is the first
time. You've played other Supergiant games.
I've played Bastion, Transistor now, and Hades 1. So I've played a good few of their games.
You literally are not, like, just Hades 2 is the only one you haven't played.
I just haven't played Hades 2 yet, yeah.
Yep. Which is fine. You don't need to.
I will. I loved Hades 1, and I know it's what probably Supergiant might get sucked down in and make it a Hades 3. Hopefully not, honestly. Anyways,
I hope not.
Pyre, when I first started playing it, I had no idea what to expect. I just went into it completely blind. Besides the fact that you had mentioned previously this is basketball.
Yeah.
And so I imagined, like, oh, great, I have to be playing a sports game this month. And so I put it off for so long. I didn't start playing it until last week. And I just finished it today on my way, right before I made my way over here to record the podcast. But when I first launched the game and I first started playing it, I was super confused with the controls. It was a little funky because I'm not used to sports games. I'm sure they had that layout like that.
It is different.
Close to it. At least I'm used to using a character, and A is jump, B is dodge, X. Like, I'm used to like kind of combat gamepad games like that. But when I do in the first right, I felt like I was going to excel very, very easily in this game, and I think I did because I'd never lost a single right without even redoing a right or anything.
What difficulty did you play?
I did play on the normal one. So
that was my first experience.
I didn't know what to expect, and I'm like, I don't want to screw myself of getting progress by choosing a harder difficulty. I'm like, I'll play how they intended it.
Yep.
I think you should play it on one difficulty above,
heightened,
to play on with the themes of the game where you can lose.
And still allow yourself the opportunity of reloading your previous save, because on the hardest difficulty, like Faden played on, you don't even get that choice.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I would prefer if you could play through the game. I mean, it wouldn't change my playthrough at all. Get rid of the save scum. I don't think this game needs a save scum at all.
It's nice when your mouse dies while you're playing.
That would be helpful. I'm not even going to be a stickler on that. I would save scum too, probably, if I did lose a right, just because that's how I play these games too, which is probably a little sad for my enjoyment of a game, not being able to experience the failures and and the storytelling that comes from failing in this game. But I didn't fail, so I didn't get to experience that aspect of it. But I loved this game. I really did. And I was quite surprised on how much I was enjoying playing it, to where I just wanted to constantly be playing it once I did start the first time. I was like, I just want to beat this game. It is super fun. I like games where where I'm excited for my reward, and my reward is dialogue with a character after doing something for them. That is my favorite thing whenever you play through a Mass Effect game. I do a mission and then go back and I get excited to go back to my ships. Like, all right, who wants to talk to me?
Hooray for relationships.
How about you, Bean? This is your first time playing too?
Yeah, this was my first time playing, and I think it was really interesting in the sense that I felt like I was the bad guy. I know that I wasn't truly, but I felt like I was the bad guy because everyone was there, like, in my mind, for circumstances. It was just because the Commonwealth world essentially just had everyone in these bad situations, and then they were exiled for these reasons that I personally was like, that's not really a big thing. And I felt really bad for beating them. And then I pretty much played winning. Like, I didn't lose any game. The only time I lost was when I was playing Sandalwood for the first time because I was like, I don't know how to play you. It's really
Sandalwood's
slow.
my favorite.
Totally get that. It took me too many games. I think I lost my first Sandalwood game, and I think I almost lost the second one with him before I figured out how the fuck to use him. Beansprout, I completely understand now what you mean when you say you felt like the bad guy. Like, because earlier when you said, "Oh, I'm like the bad guy, the villain," we were like, "What are you talking about? What?" Totally understand now. Cause I kind of felt that way too. When you're beating these other people and you're the one who decides who wins and loses, and you do have a big advantage over them. Totally understand.
And then one of the Harpy sisters was like, please let my sister win. And then I just didn't. And I felt so mean.
I had a hard time. I did that just today. And I was like, I sat there for a while and I'm like,
Do you guys want to know how that goes?
Yeah, I'm sure you chose that option.
I didn't choose it, but I had it happen.
Oh, it had to happen.
You lost anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah, when Pamitha, the harp, the beautiful harp.
I don't know. That haircut is a kind of a war crime.
I love it. I love that kind of like Squire Boy haircut. Wow.
It does not look good on her.
It's the same. It's basically the same haircut as Cabela in Rogue Trader.
Jesus.
And I love that haircut.
You love a page boy.
I love a page boy.
You love a page boy girl.
I really do love a page boy girl. I'm a knightly girl boy. Anyway, I was saying something. Pamitha. She is down in the undertow because she
in the undertow.
That's what it's called. You're in the what are you called?
Under something. I can't remember
It's
what
called
the
the
last part
undertow.
is.
No, it's not. The undertow's Eidolon.
Oh yeah, no,
It's the downside.
the downside. Sorry, yeah, I'm getting my games mixed up here. Okay,
It's just so fun.
yeah,
I was just
it's
thrown out.
Have to go to
undertow,
the
downside.
undertows.
These are parts of you got the side of your body, the toe,
down area.
yeah, the dow toe, whatever.
I was just like,
So we're in the upside down, and
No.
and everything's weird and cartoony. But Pamitha's there because she feels bad, basically, because she got her sister sent down there. Her sister, this super successful, leader of the rival nation to the Commonwealth.
Revenant Wings, the Revenant, the High Wing Alliance.
High Wing something. High Wing Reavers or some, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
High Wing
Remnants. High Wing Remnants.
High Wing
there
Remnants,
we go.
right? Because they're
Yeah.
a remnant of the High Wing Kingdom that was destroyed by the
Yes.
Commonwealth.
Yes. Destroyed. Yeah, destroyed
It was
by the Commonwealth, the rival to the empire that came before the Commonwealth.
Right. The Commonwealth
The-
became an imperial force in itself.
Yeah. Anyway, sister leading an assault. She doesn't want to see bloodshed, so Pamitha is like, "Whoops! Hey guys, we're doing an attack or something like that." Your sister gets caught, sent to the downside, and in shame, she goes down after her basically. So the first time you meet your sister, she's mad at you and says, "I hate you. You're not my sister." And Pamitha says, "Well, geez, I'm sorry." And that's basically all you ever really get in terms of interaction between them and the other encounters you might have. And if you get the opportunity to play against Pamitha and Tamitha,
It's funny.
yeah, if you get an opportunity to play against Tamitha in the final liberation rite, the final chance to get out of there, Pamitha will psychically beg you to let her sister win, and I could not say no to Pamitha.
Yeah,
so I quit, and I gave up. I let them score, and I was winning too. I was crushing them.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, no, okay, fine, they can win. And Tamitha continues to hate Pamitha.
Yep.
She thinks this is some kind of trick or trap. And I'm going to go to the other side and I'm going to destroy the Commonwealth.
Nice.
And then even in her final ending, she's been freed. She does not forgive Pamitha, and she will never speak to her again.
Yep.
But also, to be fair, for her credit, imagine fighting and planning for months in advance, because that's what they said. It was months in advance that she was planning this attack, and then her sister Pamitha was like, "Hey, by the way, here's the whole plan." So
Is a rat.
And when you get exiled as a harp, they clip your wings.
Yup.
And you are a harpy.
Yep.
Like that, yeah. So they can flutter. They learn to flutter, and that's about as much as they can do once they can soar through the sky.
Mm-hmm. I'd be pissed too.
Yeah, I'd be pissed too. Also, they're a doomed race because they
had
might
no more males.
only have one male left, and most of the female Tamitha and Pamitha don't even know if he actually exists, and they're relatively high-ranking people.
Yeah.
And so any betrayal to your sister harps is a big deal. And this is, I think, a great example of this is one slice of story from this game, and there are how many other teams you can play against with named characters who have their own stories, their own motivations, all of which interact with how many you get 8? 10
Yeah.
Your guys?
The 9? No,
There's
it's 8.
There's
it's
8 scribes.
8 scribes, and there's 8 masks.
Oh, never mind.
And you
But
get
there are 2 humans on your team because there's
One's-
Ray and
Well, not
Hedwig.
Ray. I had Gay.
It's Ray.
isn't Ray.
There's a character you get to name whose name rhymes with A. Something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yep, I named them Ray.
I also named them Ray.
I named mine Gay, so every time the
That's funny.
best character of
Amazing.
the game, the judge,
Yeah.
the
God.
archbishop,
Gay.
just says Gay.
Wow.
chose
That's
her.
amazing. I didn't even think of that.
It was so funny.
Beansprout, what did you choose?
I told Shay, so Shay the
Shay.
Shody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Gay the Gray.
Should we go through all the characters at this point? Or
I did want to just go over quickly the beginning of the
Yeah,
game.
we probably should still do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we haven't even said what our character is, Max.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you open up waking up on the ground.
Yeah.
Because you were just banished?
Yep.
Okay, I think I was remembering that right. And then this cart comes rolling up. Caravan cart's rolling up, and they're out pop three spooky looking people in this adornment and masks, and you're like, what is going on? I figured they were nice people, so I was like, oh hey, they're here to help me, is the first option you have instead of being wary about them.
Start speaking in a weird language.
Yeah, start speaking gibberish.
Bopov?
But thankfully they have
Boshenko,
English captions in this world, so it's at the bottom of the screen. You can, but no, yeah, you are. It comes to find out that you are a reader. You are literate.
Yeah.
Rita.
Yeah,
Is literally you are one of the only people who can read, and also it's magic.
yeah.
And it's also a crime.
It's also evil.
Yes.
Yeah. Also
And you're
crime.
also marked. It's marked on you that you're a reader.
Yeah.
Oh.
You've been it's implied I think you've been crippled in some way, right? Or
Yeah,
or
or
you're
old.
physically maimed, or maybe you're old.
I kind of read it this time that you're just an old person that was sent down.
Maybe.
You can choose a non-old person because it's old scholar, crippled, and then one other option that I didn't choose.
I guess that's right. There's a dialogue
There's a
option where
dialogue
you
who
say
you
what you're-
are.
Yeah, I this time around I actually said I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an option. You can say I don't remember. I have no idea.
Yeah, I chose old.
Old
Something important. This is the first game where I ever played that had a they them option. Because you
Yeah.
can change your gender in the introduction.
Oh wait, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
yeah,
it
you
says-
can. It starts
did I miss
with
that?
female,
It
I
asks
think.
you at the
yeah,
very beginning.
it asks you at the very beginning. They say she's a reader, or you click on it and then it will say he's a reader, or you click on it and it'll say they's a reader.
Interesting. I assumed it was just binary for the
No,
for the choices.
this is the first non-binary option I've ever encountered in a game, and I selected that right away. I was so weird that I just did that for some reason.
When that popped up, I almost missed it because I wasn't quite fully realizing that you could, some dialogue is highlighted, and sometimes that highlighted dialogue you can change what your character says in what's being done. So I picked it. I scrolled over that. I'm like, oh, I started as a female. I always like playing as a male to do self-insert, make it more more immersive for me. But when I was doing that, I almost missed it, and I was like, I scroll over, I'm like, oh, the main character's a female. Okay, that's a fine. And I saw interact to change this outcome or something like that, and then I changed it to male, and I stopped at that.
You can actually change in the settings too.
Can you really?
You can go to options, and it'll say gender, and it has the 3 options,
Nice.
and you can just check it if you chose wrong in the beginning, which I really like too.
Mm-hmm.
You can transition in this game.
Yeah,
you
true.
can really narratively if you want to play with that.
And I think hopefully you never see your character.
It's so
There
good.
is zero visual depiction of your character. Everyone is always facing you.
And very little dialogue that your character actually says. It's more so that, like, you discuss with this, you discuss with that. But there are a few points in which you prominently say something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the words are spoken of what you actually said.
Joe Dario asking if you're scared of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I was scared.
Did you like that?
Yes, you did. She made her happy.
One of the most important questions you get asked, how's my mustache?
Yeah.
From Rookie Greentail.
Rookie Greentail.
And if you tell him it's terrible, he loses hope for the next game, and he gets a small debuff.
Does he shave it?
Because he shaves it.
Oh, no. Yeah. Of course not,
Thank
Rookie.
God, right?
Your mustache is beautiful.
No,
it's what makes you
beautiful.
you.
It's awful.
It's a tiny little twirly mustache on a dog.
I love Rookie. I love a cur. I love all the species in this. This is...
Yes, you do.
Yeah, this was me. Replaying this again, Uncle said it at the time that my tabletops are very inspired by this game, and I felt called out every single moment in this game. Just the way names are even done is very...
Names and just archetypes. There are character archetypes in here that are just one-to-ones for characters. There are Sandalwoods in your game.
There's a Sandalwood in every game.
There's a Rookie in every game.
There's a Rookie in every
often
game.
a cur, a dog person. There's there are often Ray characters in your game.
Yep.
There are often Berthas.
I mean,
in
there's
your game.
headwinds. Noble guys who's fucked
headwinds. Yeah. You've got Joe Dariels. Yeah,
they're good characters.
They're all good characters.
I don't think there's a single character I dislike in the cast besides Pamatha's hair. But other than that, it's really not. When she takes off that hat, I forgot about that moment. She takes off her hat to show Rookie because Rookie's like, "Can I have your hat?" And it's really, really cute.
That's funny.
And she's like, "Yeah, if I go up before you, I'll give you my hat."
But yeah, essentially, in the beginning of the game, you're told. You tell them that, or actually, no, you say whether or not you're a reader.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I can read. I'm literate.
What? Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we knew you were some kind of criminal or something like that. Because that's when you're like, what? Why is being literate a crime?
We're all criminals down here.
Yeah. They take off their masks, and you meet Jodariel, Headwind, and Rookie.
Rookie Greentail.
Rookie Greentail.
Because he has a little
his tail is green
dye on the tip of his tail.
So bad.
It looks
so
really
great.
bad.
It's so great. It's his own dye job.
His character is so
He's
goofy.
not gay enough to do a good dye job. He's a very straight cur.
He has like a purple vest covered in really fake looking jewelry.
I thought he was like
All
an
his jewelry looks
aristocrat
plastic.
No, he
dog,
is.
which is what
Well,
you
kind
find
of
out.
Kind of. He's kind of a upstart fake businessman because his
aristocrat.
business doesn't do well to the point where he has to do illegal shit, and that's why he's down here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I love.
He has debts, and also his entire family relies on him.
Yes.
His mother and all his various deadbeat uncles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love a deadbeat uncle.
So you're like very briefly interact with these three characters, and then that's when you learn like, oh hey, there's this special magic right that we can do where we can gain our freedom, and that right is the basketball game we've been talking about the entire time, where both sides have these giant bonfires. They're called pyres, and they start with 100 HP. You can get buffs that change that, whether your own or make your enemy start with less. And then there's 3 people on each side, and then you start with the main centered person, and they start with the main centered person, and your goal is to grab the ball in the middle.
Tip off.
It's like a dodgeball rules.
Yep.
Actually.
Yeah,
It's like
dodgeball
ball
rules.
in the middle, and you got to race to it.
They looked at every single sports game, and then wrote adjectives would explain like how you play those games, and then took one from each one is what it feels like.
Man, I'm just pulling something mildly out of my ass. I listened to a Game Study Buddies episode about the Atari director's book that he wrote about game design, and one of them he talks about sports games, and basically along the lines of sports games are at their best when they are kind of like an abstracted version of the sports. The
yeah.
closer you get to the sports, the worse the game is.
Yep.
And I think Pyre really embodies that sort of value where because it's not one-to-one basketball, it is allowed to make its own choices to really play with the formula of basketball and thus make for me, a more enjoyable game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry at all about physics, like not like traditional like basketball physics. You don't have to worry about dribbling. You don't have to worry about, seeing any of the fancy moves like that. You could just have a book on top of your character's head or in their hand, and then the ball floating above the book.
Yeah.
Because this is a mystical, magical world. So although, yes, you're basically playing basketball, it's not basketball. This is an ancient right. This is a spiritual experience and also a political act.
Also, when you open up the book, you get one of the few voices in the game that speaks in English start berating you for reading again. Who are you to do this? You worm, reader.
It's an important book too. They're subversive. They teach a history that most people don't know. And they're bound in the skin of an ancient, like, death god, chaos god. They're kind of spooky. But there's the spooky. Found it.
Yeah,
there's the books.
Spooky.
That's the spooky. But you have this voice that's just constantly
yelling at you,
mediating these games. How did we all feel about the voice of the Archibald Bishop?
Archjustice,
whatever his name
something
is.
Archibald,
the whatever.
The ninth.
I loved it.
I love it.
Hate it.
Bean.
I wish there were subtitles.
Oh, you wish there were subtitles for
Yeah,
the voice?
That one I was having issues with. I was like, where's the subtitles? What are you saying? I need to turn it up.
I had no issues.
There's no pause, so we couldn't rewind either.
No, you can't rewind.
Yeah, I also would miss things at times, and I just get distracted by the voice itself. I think this is a feature, another motif of every Supergiant game. There's a voice that's talking to you. They're like the big narrator voice, and the first game's got a wonderful voice that kind of carries you like this. And then Transistor has super sexy digital voice. Yeah, super sexy digital boyfriend version.
Yeah, that's right. Your sword boyfriend.
Yeah. And then this has some horrible man who speaks like this.
And I thought we were friends, reader.
Yeah.
I love the voice so
I
much.
love it so much.
There's a lot of bad... It's easy to hate the bad guys in this. It's a voice you can hate. That's how I feel about
it. If there is an ultimate bad guy, it's the voice who is trying to uphold the right to the class society of the Commonwealth still.
Yeah.
And... I also one of a former Nightwing.
Archibald is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a former Nightwing.
I thought you were talking about Sapwood, who also wants to uphold the society because he just wants to go back because he found out. Manfred. Yeah. Manly
Sapwood or
Manly
something.
Sapwood. Yeah.
I fucking that
Handsome
guy.
Squidward.
Handsome Squidward.
Handsome Squidward tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he just wants to go back because he knows when you go sent back. You get a position of power.
Yeah, you get accepted back quite handedly.
Yeah, so when you break out of jail, they reward you for it.
Yeah,
you don't
it's
just
seen
get
as a virtue.
Yeah, you're not just forgiven; you're given power.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's great.
It's
and from that, so you play your basketball games, and then after the basketball games, you look at constellations, and you're like, where's my next constellation to go stand underneath of? Yeah. And then you go on kind of like a Final Fantasy. What Final Fantasy would be the best one? Out of the world map where you're like moving around and
with the airship.
Yes.
This is Final Fantasy.
Yeah, just Final Fantasy map movement.
I like the first season. You have to travel by caravan, and it's a really like fun traveling adventure story.
The first season of this game, in which there are probably 7 seasons.
Seven seasons. 7, I think.
I had 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first season is like a third of the game.
Yeah.
In terms of the length of this, how slowly it paces. Your pathway to the first liberation is like a third of the game.
Yeah, because you have to get introduced to most of the different groups and most of the different areas on your first season. There's like a couple that you're missing out on that you'll get later, but the majority of everything will be caught up to you after the first season. So you start at the very bottom of the map, and then you slowly make your way up, ping-ponging from constellation to constellation until you get to the very end of it, which is a giant mountain.
I love the constellation little bell dings
Ding,
when
ding, ding,
when the
ding.
constellation lines up every time.
pretty
I
good.
love the loading screen is an eye closing and opening.
Yep.
That it's just such a nice little touch.
The game is very pretty.
The game's beautiful.
Feels very
Beautiful.
handcrafted.
Yep.
You can click on and interact on with every little thing in your wagon when you're which is like your menu basically
Yep,
in
yep.
between games. There's like you can clear the cobwebs away. You can click on the little bats and make them go.
It's
the
reminiscent
drive imps.
Yeah, it's
that
reminiscent
aren't just bats.
of old CD-ROM games. Was point and click, and you would
Yes.
just click on things, and it would just play a silly animation.
Like
and
the
then
Fisher Price Castle game.
Oh,
You
yeah.
click on every little thing. Poof.
flashback
like,
straight to that. Pajama Sam,
Yeah.
Freddy Fish.
You two
It's
love
basically
talking
that.
about those games.
They're real games.
Yeah,
And
they're foundational for me.
yeah.
I can't wait for next year, the year of Fisher Price. Edutainment.
Year of edutainment games
That
from
would be
like the
so
early
funny.
90s.
Playing the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
We're playing.
They have a card game for that.
Wait, what?
Oregon
Trail?
Trail card
Yeah,
game.
I saw
There's
What
two
is the
of them.
What?
Yeah. So basically,
Like
the
the front
card
of the
game
cards
is you
are
have a
dysentery.
3-foot distance, and you just play the cards, and it's the trail
Oh,
itself.
okay. You're like building the trail of the cards. Oh, like in
Yeah,
okay.
You just draw your random events basically.
I thought what you were saying, Bean, was that there is a virtual Oregon Trail branded card game a la like Pokemon. I don't know why.
I play
you
Dysentery
have
the
on
secret
you.
rare cow!
Yeah, the Oregon Trail trading card game.
Yeah, the Oregon Trail's rating card game. It's a gotcha.
Big
Every day you
Bison.
get to open up a pack.
Nothing but dysenteries again. Yeah, it's just
I got the uncommon dysentery, but that's not the rare dysentery.
I
Got
need
the
the
alt
bullets.
I need more bullet cards.
always.
Yeah, and then they also have like a hunter game, which is like also a card game, but you're like hunting, and you need to get a certain amount of food to succeed.
Interesting. I did not know this.
You can harvest food in this game too.
True.
Right out of your caravan. It grows right in your caravan.
Fruits and some
Mushrooms
mushrooms.
and fruits and mushrooms.
You can also go fishing, but like if that's only
Kinda,
if you
yeah.
choose,
Yeah.
it's like a one time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and that's a good segue because in between matches, you have opportunities to sometimes study, so that you as a reader give a small buff to all your characters.
Yep.
Or you can give an XP bonus to one of your characters.
I like that
or
it's
you can
reframed
forage
as
resources.
mentoring.
Yeah,
I like-
mentoring. Yeah, you're teaching them how to about the more esoteric natures of the rites.
Yeah.
Basketball practice.
Basketball.
Or doing something to make them feel
One-on-one touch with
happy.
your
Like they'll
coach.
be like, I want to go over here because it'll make me happy. It's like,
That
yeah.
too.
Yeah. So each choice you make is going to make one of your companions' suggestions of what you should do.
Yeah.
And by doing that, you're doing something that will make them happy. Whether it gives them a buff, whether it gives them a story event, whether it gives you an item. And it tells you a little bit where it's like, this will give you an item, this will give you an artifact, this will give you something of value to the shopkeep, this will give you dust, which lets you upgrade your talisman. So you'll know what it is, but then it's also accompanied with, also this character suggests that you do this.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of making decisions based off how you want to interact with your team, whether you want to like talk more to this person, talk more to that person, support one over the other. Because at the end of the day, you kind of do need to know your team, because at some point you'll be playing with that character. You don't get to not choose a character and not play them. I guess you probably could if you lose enough. You'd have enough choices by the end of the game to choose whoever and completely omit one character for a few. But if you're playing successfully and you're doing all the liberations, you will have to have played with every single character at least once on these rights.
Well, also, some characters can get an injury and be out for the next game.
That's right.
They
get
call it
sick.
banishment sickness, but essentially they get a little sprain or a fracture and they have to sit out, and it's great. I like that.
They can also get
choice.
seasick.
Yes.
There are story events that can make them temporarily, or they just do not want to play against someone on the other team. There are occasions where players will refuse to play against the other team.
And then they can also
play together. Yeah.
Yeah, they can also say, "Oh, I want to play this one, please. Let me play."
Yeah.
So you have ultimate choice. you can choose what happens, who you play, but then they're going to voice their opinions, and it's usually best to kind of go with them when they have an opinion.
Sometimes it will just block it out and say, you can't choose
There
them,
will be some times where they say, you can't choose me, but if they offer their opinion and like, hey, please let me in, you can also just not let them play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the characters now?
I think so.
Should we
got
go
enough
down the
of the game
characters
now.
and share our thoughts on them? Let's start with the white bread boy, Hedwyn. Just the normalest character in the entire game.
First to go.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, he was the first to go the first time I played, and then I wanted to hold on to him this time around just to see what you get out of it. And he does a lot to keep the team together in terms of
so it's cool.
Nah, he doesn't do a ton, but like it is very heavily implied that he is the glue that's holding everyone together while he's there.
Yeah.
And Sandalwood's like, man, he's gonna do great work on the other side, but like he really was important to this team. He's so helpful and kind. He's like probably the most genuinely just like good person kind of in a lot of ways on who's on your team. And he beats himself up a lot too. He doesn't see how good he is,
which is interesting because the reason he's down there is because he's a deserter.
He's a deserter.
He left his people behind, and that's what caused him to be down here. And now he's done a pretty good 180 of like, maybe I should support other people and see if we can all come up together. Yeah.
He had like a moment of horniness for it too. Like that's what it was basically.
Yeah, he fell in love.
He fell in love on site with one random enemy and decided I can't do this anymore, which is kind of beautiful. I love Hedwyn. I love
Hedwyn's nice.
Hedwyn can get it.
I don't know anything about him. As soon as I could let him go, I was like, well, everybody else seems like they might be more interesting, and I don't want to get rid of them, so I'll get rid of White Boy.
He's great. He's the most normal character in terms of he gets perfectly average everything, basically. He's
no weird mechanics.
Yeah. Interestingly, humans aren't humans in this. There are two different groups of humans. There's nomads, of which he is a part, and then they seem to be like the most average or normal, like they're considered normal humans. And then there are the Rays, who are
Moonblessed?
Savages is what they're called under like race, but they're moon blessed
or moon touched.
Moon touched.
The moon touched girl is what I remember in the song.
Yeah, we should probably stick to the basic people though before we get to her. So like Jodariel next.
Jodariel.
Hold on.
One comment. I just want to say that like he was so nice, and so when I was playing, he was one of the first to go because I was like playing as who do I think as the reader deserves to go.
Yeah, same.
And I was like, he is so nice, he is so considerate. I was like, he needs to go. And then after the whole time, I was like, man, I miss him.
Yeah, and that's I think the game like says that's gonna happen, and you're like, oh, this is a game, and then it does happen, and you're like, wow, oh man, I do feel this.
I like that the character stories do stop when they leave.
You get one note of what they might be up to, basically, and that's it.
How they're settling in, and then nothing until the end.
Yeah, and usually it's them saying, hey, we were offered all the things, and then the character said, fuck you, I'm going to do this revolution.
Is there a different note that can pop up if you don't talk to them enough and they don't want to support the revolution?
They always do.
So.
I didn't think so. But
you're playing with a group of good guys.
I was interested in knowing whether or not if I didn't do enough, they'd be like, fuck this, I just got a bunch of money and a house. I'm just going to screw your guys' revolution.
Yeah. Thankfully, they're all on board with Sandalwood's plan of making the world a better place again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he started with Hedwyn, right?
Right.
Sandalwood did. This former Nightwing who is now reforming the crew. Mm-hmm. And then from it was Hedwyn to Jodariel, right?
Yes.
So what do we think of her?
I love Jodariel.
Yeah.
That's why I keep saying it. That's why I like the voice so much. Is simply for Jodariel's name because I would play Jodariel so much.
Yeah.
Because I like the giant aura cast that she can do, and once you finish her special right, which you have access to after doing a little bit of content with them, it increases the size and length at which you can shoot it out. And if you upgrade it a crap ton, it basically crosses the entire map.
Yeah.
Very strong character.
So yeah, Jodariel is a very big, slow moving. Demon. She's a demon.
Humans who stay too long in the downside become demons. They grow horns and they become monstrous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Hotter, one might say, but
yeah,
Absolutely, without a doubt.
But she was a captain.
Captain in the military.
Yeah, in the
Blood
military.
The blood border.
yeah. Wouldn't kill the children harpies.
No.
Yeah, she wouldn't kill the babies, so I guess she got go in prison for that.
I forgot that's
Evil
what it
lady.
was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I sent her next because I was like, you didn't want to kill children. Good on you. You just want to like have like all these like adopted children, and you just want to take care of them.
She didn't escape from me.
She was I kept her until the end the first time I played, like pretty close to the end. She was one of the last people I sent over, and I wanted to play, and because I liked using her so much, she's so good. I was really good with her, I guess. I wanted to play differently this time. I wanted to force myself to. So she was the first person I sent over this time. And apparently that was a good move for the revolution, according to the story.
Nice.
Not that I think it's all that different when you send each person.
It
Probably
isn't.
not. But it felt right.
It felt like
right.
a good foundational first person.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like we had one too, and I made it sound like,
Yep.
you know what, he's kind of figured out what, like, my first decision, it really came down to who my choices were, which was Hedwyn, Jodariel, and I think the Imp.
Really? You
were
started
the-
using Tizo more than...
I used the
Ruki?
Imp so much.
Tizo's probably the strongest character, I think.
I used Imp a lot, but Jodariel was my fourth person exiled, just because I used her so much, and she was so effective at honestly just playing defense most of the time. Just leave her back at the base, so if one of my forward guys ends up dying, at least she can cover the majority of it immediately. But yeah, I love Jodariel. I wanted to hold on to her longer, but I had maxed her out, and I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting Enlightenment, the XP of the game, on her if she can't earn any more of that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? She got a good amount of her story done down here. I'm going to send her out. The other demon guy, the red guy that talks a bit, and he got a crush on Jodariel.
The head of the Tempers.
Yeah.
Ignance
or something like
something
it's
like
an
that.
I name, so
Yeah.
I just completely foregoed like pronouncing it whenever I saw his name. I was like, the I guy.
Yeah,
eye guy.
Ignorrius.
Ignamius.
Ignarius.
Ignarius.
Yeah.
There we go.
I liked him a lot, and I wanted Jodariel and him to talk more. So every time he was an option, I chose to fight those guys.
Yeah.
It didn't really go anywhere. At least as far as I went, maybe I could have held on to her longer and made it better. But I fought them 3 times and won each time with Jodariel.
Every match
fighting them.
that they actually do have a little bit of interaction.
I saw the
And-
interaction, but I
Well,
was expecting.
I had it 3 different times, and the relationship builds as each time they get closer and closer. And my ending of them being they got together.
Yeah, depending on where they land at the end, they
Yeah.
might end up together.
That's probably because I was like, well, this isn't really going anywhere, and I don't know how many more times I'm going to fight them. So, Jodariel, you go off because I want to send it. My goal from the beginning was like, I'm going to send the 3 off no matter what. Hedwyn, Ruski,
Ruski.
Ruki, and the
damn Ruskis.
Jodariel.
Yeah.
So Jodariel was the 4th one to go for me.
Beansprout, how much did you use Ruki?
I actually used him quite often. I pretty much used like Hedwyn a lot, and then he was the first to go because I just maxed him out all the way, and then Jodariel was maxed out, and then Ruki was maxed out.
Yeah.
So they were your first 3 gone.
Yeah, essentially. And then, well, actually, I kept him for longer because I wanted more story. Because I was like, oh, shoot, I shouldn't have gotten rid of Hedwyn. I shouldn't have gotten rid of Jodariel. I was kind of sad. I was like, dang, I really want more interaction with these characters. I want them to interact with their, like, I guess, like, quote-unquote enemy counterparts.
Yeah.
Because they were, like, their enemies were sad to be like, oh, they're not here.
Yep. They're like, what happened to them? It's like, they're free.
Yeah.
I really like Ruki. Ruki's one of the characters I'm better with. I should tell you now, my strategy almost every time in the first playthrough and through most of my games the second playthrough was, I'm not gonna lie, I barely did anything other than rush. Like, just run it in. Like,
Rush is
sprint
probably the
past everybody.
strongest strategy.
Yeah, sprint past everybody, get the ball, dodge them while you can, then run it in, and do that over and over again. I barely did any teamwork. I almost never passed the ball.
It's not needed.
Almost never passed the ball. Just ran it in.
At
And
the difficulty
Ruki's
I
good
was
at
on,
that.
at least.
Ruki's super fast.
Yeah, passing the ball and all the techniques is very much needed in true Nightwing mode, where the NPCs are not only smarter,
They're so smart. In Heightened, they're really smart. And I know they get smarter in True Nightwing.
well, that and also you have to have, for the first season, 3 Titan stars on. then every subsequent season
interesting.
you have to have one more in order to start the
This
match.
is the classic Supergiant trope of make
Hardcore
the game
mode.
harder and you get a tiny bit more experience.
Yeah.
Well, and also the amount of XP to level up a character
Goes up too.
is a lot more.
It's harder to...
I only had one character at max level when I finished the game.
Okay, yeah, wow.
And normally it's pretty easy to fully enlighten pretty much everyone that, like, depending on how many XP boosts you use and in what order you use them, you can pretty easily enlighten almost everyone you send over.
Yep.
Yeah, not me.
It's possible at least.
I also had to do 9 Titan stars by the final match because it is actually
They're difficult.
6 rights. It is 6 rights that you get to do. Rights of liberation.
Lights of Liberation, yeah.
They're significant. It's like it gives your one of them, for example, takes away essentially 30% of your HP, gives the opponent 30% more of their HP for a different one.
These are buffs you select before you're right. After about like
for you.
debuffs.
Yeah.
Buffs for them.
Buffs for the
sometimes
enemy.
it's a buff for your enemy, sometimes it's a debuff for you. Yeah.
But it's never a boon for you. The only boon you get is you get a bonus XP at the end,
Yeah.
which really isn't a lot. When you're playing on a normal mode of the game, there's
It's
no point
needed.
adding any of them.
It's so needed.
When you're playing on hard difficulty, I'm assuming you're going to be doing some calculus on figuring out what would be the best.
I lost a lot. I probably lost like
I
8 or 9 matches
total. On heightened mode, I lost 6 matches. By
I
the time
believe
I was
it's
done.
26
And 2 of them
matches
were
total.
liberation rights. I failed 2 liberation
I failed 3.
rights.
I failed 3, including the last one.
Ooh,
By 1 point.
that's. I won by 1 point. I had 1 point left in my Pyre,
Wow.
and I won. That was rough, but well, I think I'll get to how my playthrough went.
Yeah.
We should get through both the characters.
Finish the characters, yeah. Probably as
we got
what
we
you
got the first 3
get
really.
them.
All right, Gay.
Yeah, Gay is the first
Yeah,
one you get.
you get Gay or Ray after that, yeah.
Or Shay.
Or Shay.
Who is basically the same as Hedwyn, except there's like a warm-up time to her sprint and her jump, and they operate a little bit differently.
You got a
jump.
super jump.
Super jump.
Yes, it becomes a really powerful jump, especially
Yeah.
if you level into that.
Very strong character.
So can be very strong. I easily, hands down, probably one of my favorite characters. By far, the character I was the worst with.
Yeah.
Really?
I was really bad with Ray.
She's tricky.
Tricky.
She was my favorite
I couldn't
whenever
get the timing
I did
right.
choose her.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I chose her so many times that she was like, I feel sick. I can't play anymore.
I got banishment sickness with her a couple times. She's like one of the only she's the first person that got it for me. Just because she can run extremely fast. So if a rush strategy, what you're going for, you run straight to the ball, and then you just get a little bit closer to their side, and you can hold the jump button and jump straight into their pyre from like halfway across the map.
Mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
Aiming is really hard.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
It's really fucking hard, and I fucked that up all the time.
I think
So
if you had a controller, you would have enjoyed using Ray because
I
of your
think-
rush strategy for everything.
I think this game would have been so much. I would be so much better at this game with a controller. Now that it didn't even cross my mind. I
Yeah.
was just like, this game is just hard to control.
But I would like to figure out what was everyone's strategy because Uncle and I kind
just
of
rushed.
did the rush strategy for everything.
So I would shoot at the characters as they ran towards the ball in the middle. And then I would get to the point where I'm like, I am comfortable enough to grab the ball and run straight to rush the hoop.
Yeah.
So defensive first, then once you clear them out, go on the offense to once it's clear.
Because I was having
Yeah. It's pretty close to my strategy actually. I'd kill at least one, and then run it in. I try to run it past. Yeah, 2. I would always try to run past.
I honestly
Or
can on a
jump
matchup
over.
a lot of time. I would try to rush, and if the rush wouldn't work, it would then be maybe I have to
Kill them
clear a
until I
few
can.
fur and then rush in.
Yeah.
A various amount of strategies and floundering and a panic, flying by the seat of my pants, passing, shooting, defensive. I always had the star on that once you banish all the enemies, they all come back
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
because that was one of the easier ones to actually put on.
Right.
That one wasn't as hard as some of the other ones, which are when they pick up the ball, their aura's still there, which means they can instantly kill you.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
It's brutal.
Feels unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is. Yeah.
Real quick, what did you think about Shay or Ray's the crush with like Almer?
Yeah, dog boy.
Dog boy.
So many questions about that dog boy.
I love it. I just love Ray. I love everything she says and everything she does. She's neurodivergent.
Yeah, I was gonna say she was very
Yes.
floaty.
She's very neurodivergent. She's like
talking about
autism and a little bit schizophrenia coded.
but also religious.
Yeah, and so that's hard to tell
Religious.
what's what with
Yeah.
that, right?
Especially in that world. But
Yeah.
I really like the relationship of Almer. That's why I actually intentionally let Almer leave.
And that's why I
Aw.
let Ray stay.
I let
because
Ray
so she can
and
stay with Elmer.
well, if Ray and Almer both leave, they actually never talk to each other.
Yeah, so it's only if they both stay because they end up in a relationship if they both stay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't end up a relationship because they just happen to pass each other, but he's inspired by her to help out.
And in both playthroughs for me, I could never send Ray over because she kind of likes the downside.
It was hard.
Everyone's cruel to her in the upside,
Yeah.
and she is always making new friends in the downside.
She was the 5th person I sent out, and it was brutal because because like before I sent her out, I already been planning. I'm like, okay, well, I want to send Ray next because everyone liked Ray, and like, well, she deserves to go out over next. And then beforehand, she's like, man, these 8 really have a good plan for me down here. This is a really good spot. And then as she's leaving, she's like, wait, no, now I have to leave.
Oh my
and
god!
I was like, no.
Headwind does something similar though, and it's
Yeah, he
good to
does.
send him over. And when
Yeah.
you're sending him over, he turns and says, "Why would you do this to me?"
Mm-hmm.
That's what he says to you.
Yeah.
That's hard.
I don't know. That's why I felt like the villain. Because also with
yeah.
Shay, I actually wanted to send another person. I think I wanted to send like the imp guy next, but like
Tizo.
she was the only one. Yeah, Tizo. But she was the only one that actually was like ready to go. So I was forced to let her go, and she like had my heart. And I was like, no, like you are so neurodivergent coded. I love you so much. I don't want to let you go. And I felt so sad when they did the after shot, like when they were like, oh, how is she doing up there? And she was like lonely. For like the first like whatever couple weeks, and
Yeah.
she's
No.
sad, and I was like, no, like
But
all
she
your friends are
did
here.
get better as she became the voice of scribe religion, like
Yeah.
the new pope.
professional. She becomes a teacher.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But
That's
she
pretty
also
cool.
is the reason why like people believing the scribes are revitalized again up in the Commonwealth.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, so
When she stays in the downside, she just lives as a wanderer.
yeah.
So yeah,
That's
interesting.
cool. Should we
But
talk
she
about
has a boyfriend.
But she has a dog boyfriend.
Dog boyfriend.
Half dog boyfriend.
Yeah,
He has such weird features.
it's just I think he just has a painted nose
Well, and his like
and painted whiskers.
oh, is it painted?
I think it's just paint.
That's so funny. I didn't notice
thought
enough
He's
to
just a human.
realize
He's a
that.
human who was adopted by a cur.
Oh, he was
and so he
adopted? I
just has
thought-
face paint. No, he's
That's-
just adopted.
That's yes, he's adopted.
He's literally a human
I
Faden.
missed- I
And his dad is like a Yorkshire Terrier.
yeah, he is.
okay, I just thought. So when a cur loves a human very, very much.
Okay, that's really funny.
Should we talk about Tizo, the next?
Yeah,
the next
Tizo.
guy.
The Drive Imp, easily the best character, I think, in terms of like best player, like
mechanically, like, best-
mechanically
yeah.
most powerful.
So I do want to say what my real strategy was when it would be playing with Tizo always whenever I could, and I also gave him that in this game you can equip talismans, a single equip slot on each character. I would always equip the bounty one where it's if you kill a bunch of people, you get a lot of money. And so I would rush him to them and then do a triple kill because his aura expansion, whatever it is suicide. He does a giant explosion and he kills him. He banishes himself. But then everyone in his giant AoE also gets banished. So I would just do that until I rack up the maximum amount of gold you can get. And then I
is
would play
smart.
basketball.
All right, I got my money out.
Exactly.
I do have a question. What's the difference between him and the Howlers?
He's sentient and has not been tasked with a drive.
Okay.
Because howlers are just imps that are exclusively giving into their base animal desires, which are to eat, procreate, and find shelter. But I think it's an entry in the book. When they are given a purpose to drive one of the wagons, they become docile. They become
Domesticated.
Yeah, I was just going to say they're domesticated. That's the difference.
Because even though they're animals, once they are given a purpose, they They
Gain
they
sentience,
can
maybe?
they can the kind of. I mean,
Tizo's different.
Tizo is legitimately different because he's descended from one of the scribes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, isn't he one of the
It's
scribes?
he kind of is Haub. Yeah.
Yeah, he might just
I
be.
figured.
Because there's at least one instance where you can listen in on him praying to one of the scribes, and he's like, "Oh, my old friend."
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like,
That's
"Will you
what I
please
saw.
look over us today,
I
my
was like,
old friend?"
Is he the reincarnation of that scribe?
just is.
What I thought.
I think he's just Haub.
Yeah. He's just a god. Tizo is the god you get in your party.
Yeah, he's super nice because
And he's powerful.
He's one of the races that can fly, and flying feels super strong.
Flying's really
Yeah.
good, unless the AI knows you like to fly, and then they learn how to block you. Because in true Nightwing mode, they adapt to your
You have
strategy.
to. I found that out when I was at the later end of the game. They ask you one of the is it Bertrude or
Bertrude, a big Bertrude,
big the snake lady.
Bog Crone.
You fight the other snake lady team, and she asks you, "Can you put on the debuff of what's that god?"
Yaslich.
Yaslich?
Yeah.
Some
it's
evil
like
scribe.
the
god.
Cthulhu coded.
Cthulhu
the
god.
Lovecraftian coded
That's
elder
the chaos god. Yeah.
They say, "Hey, for this one right, can you please turn this on?" Just to say, like, look, we even with the boon of the debuff of your god, we can still beat you. It doesn't like that. Your god is dead, is gone.
Yeah.
And I forgot to turn it off, and so I had that on for the rest of the game when I had it. But it made it more interesting because then the
makes them smarter.
AI was faster. It was faster to respond to me, and that made it much more enjoyable because I then couldn't just fly in there. But you could still, if you had enough stamina, like of either through the talismans or upgrading your character, you could just break their ankles by going back and forth, and then once they're done jumping, then go straight into this. And so I would do that a lot with all the flying characters. You could.
I sent Tizo over eventually.
I couldn't.
I did
and
too.
it's-
He was number 3.
It's because it's his lifelong dream. He's always wanted to see the other side. So I love him. He's great.
I
He's
also-
sweet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say me too. I sent him over. So keep going.
I love that in the dialogue. He,
Yeah, these little noises.
cute little noises, and then it's always spelled out phonetically, whatever his little onomatopoeia noise is, and then you can hover over it, and it tells you know exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
like he's saying very elaborate, specific sentences, basically, but in bat noises.
Yeah, and bat
Long
speech.
sentences too. Like it's not like
Yeah.
he's saying one or
Yeah.
two words. He's
Yeah.
saying like
He's
7
conveying
words.
this feeling while also saying
Yeah.
this, and yeah.
Cool. He's very sad that you'll be playing this specific player next time because he betrayed him many years ago.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. That's what Kriku means.
Or not even betrayed him.
No, just because you beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just beat him so bad.
Yeah, beat Lennel.
Or he wants the fish because he asks you to go fishing multiple times.
Yes, he loves
And
fish.
you can make a lot of money off fish. They're buy good items. Who comes after Tizo?
Tizo, I think, is followed by
Gilman.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Sir Gilman.
Probably the player I'm the best with.
Yeah.
Um,
Sir Gilman's a lot of fun.
Gilman is great for rushing.
He's fast.
He's so fast. He's tiny, and he zooms around, and his attack even moves him quite a bit. He zooms
backwards.
backwards, which is hard for me to get right.
That
but-
was hard to get my. I never
Yeah.
fully figured out how to do. I did a couple times where I successfully banished people with his move, but most of the time I was just like,
Just rush.
He's just good at rushing, and I'll use him to rush.
I think I actually enjoyed Gilman the most as my defender.
Yeah,
Because I
He
could
can get-
quickly block off areas,
Yeah.
and then the enemy tries to
because he leaves
get
a trail
around
behind him
me.
that stays for a while.
Well, and then you
You can
reverse through the trail.
reactivate to explode in a larger aura amongst your trail.
Yeah.
Very interesting character, a courageous worm knight.
Yep.
It is spelled
Describe the worm.
WYRM.
But describe the worm.
Love worms. They're
They are WORMs.
yeah, they are basically just little wriggly guys.
Big eye.
Yeah, they're cyclops worms with a big old eye, and some of them have hair.
Sir Dredge.
Yeah,
Or Deluge or what?
Deluge. So
Deluge.
Deluge has
Not Dredge.
long, beautiful curly hair.
It's like seaweed is what I always saw.
yeah.
It's like a seaweed
He's-
monster.
Yeah, but most of them are they're an interesting dichotomy because they're like super brave, like assault oriented crusader
They
knights.
have like suits of armor and
Yeah.
like the Templar helmets. They're always wearing them.
and they speak in very chivalrous language, and they're all about knightly honor and obedience to your lord. And And like your character Gilman's whole like story arc is overcoming his abusive relationship with his commander, basically. Who is an absolute coward and is successfully surviving battles. That's what he's described as. He successfully survives.
It's crazy that his reasoning for being exiled is the fact that he took like blame for the outcome of the ambush. And it was like, oh, it was your fault for the ambush? No, that's just how war sometimes goes.
He is just like his thing that he needs to overcome, because every one of these characters on their road to enlightenment does need to resolve an issue within themselves. Gilman's issue is that he is blaming himself for things that are not his fault, and once he stops doing
don't know what that is.
He succeeds.
Right? once he gets over it, he's a really strong character and does a lot of good in the Commonwealth, or what comes after.
Yeah, not for me.
I was able to send him over.
I sent him over. He's one of my favorites. One of the first people I sent over.
He was one of the last. I think he was the second to last Liberation one that I did. And I hadn't used him until I had to start using him, really. And I was like, this is pretty good. It's just that I enjoyed some of the other rushers because I enjoyed their attack, their aura shoot or whatever, more than his. His was very confusing to figure out.
Hard to figure out,
yeah.
Who comes after Gilman? Is that when we get the Bob?
Pamatha.
Oh, yeah, Pamatha.
Yeah, the Harpy.
Yes. Yeah, we already kind of talked about Pamatha.
Yeah, we talked about her drama. She attacks by creating a shield around herself and then charging.
Yeah, tackling.
She launches herself. She flies short distances very quickly over all obstacles and players, unless they jump and stop you.
Yeah.
Did you use Pamatha much?
I did. I used her a lot. She actually, I kept her for as long as I could, actually. I really enjoyed her. I felt it was really easy with her to just fly over everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like cheating. It's great.
It does.
It did
All
feel
the
like
flying
cheating.
characters felt like they were very, very strong. Like they're good on the attack. It can be more difficult sometimes on the defense. They're a little bit more hectic, I would say, if you're defending with those characters. But they've definitely, like, playing as the imp, I did so many defensive plays where I saved the game by just exploding on my base as soon as he spawned because they were right there with them. So he felt pretty good. But I also used Pamatha a ton. She's very effective at just soloing the entire team with her shield that she can get when she dashes a lot. And flying, you can just fly over enemies and just kind of dodge their... The way you can combat flying is you have to use the character's jump ability and walk between them and wherever they're trying to go.
Jump spends your stamina.
Yeah,
so
and it jumps your stamina, and it stops your aura from being casted. So when you come back to the end of the ground, it's a second before your aura gets cast back out to defend yourself or to go and attack somebody. But I used her a lot, and most times that I could. I gave her the talisman, which makes it, and I upgraded that talisman where every time this character's banished, they come back 100% of the time. And so I would always have her available.
Abilities allows you to do that too.
Yeah.
Was it
You get
really?
double.
Yeah, one of her end abilities.
And talisman too.
If you fly her into the end zone, she immediately comes back. Oh yeah, no, it's her talisman.
Yeah, it's her
talisman.
Oh, I didn't read her talisman. I got her talisman. I got all of them. Every character's special talisman from the special challenge quests you can do.
Yeah.
I just didn't use that one because I was like, man, having her back 100% of the time, I don't have to look at any other talismans. That's so strong.
Yeah, just when she flies, I used her all the time. One of my favorites. Again, just get a better haircut, girl. Like, just really get a better
Stay the
haircut.
way you are, Pamatha.
I didn't mind her haircut. I also didn't take any notice to it, so it's... I think the rest of her character design is very cool to look at. That pulled my
all the
interest
harpies
to it.
look really cool, especially like Tamatha, who has this monocle scope eye thing. She looks kind of like a sky pirate.
Yeah, they're hot. They're hot sisters.
They're hot sisters. Let's talk about Big Birchie next, and then we can wrap up with Sandalwood for the main party because
Big
I feel
Birchie's
like
hot too.
Big Birchie is a bog crone, which is a snake bog
A Medusa.
witch. Yeah,
Yeah.
Medusa.
A Medusa with a snake torso.
They rule. They
great.
rule.
Yeah.
One of the last character you get?
The last
Second to
character.
last. Second to
Well,
last.
yeah, second
get
last you have
Sandalwood
access
last.
to.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
do
even though
get-
you get him on your cart
Right.
earlier. But yeah, she is so strong. Holy crap.
Yeah, no,
I used her so much when I got her.
She's fast. She has a good jump.
Her jump is super, super strong, where just like Ray or Gay or Shay,
Or Or Bay.
Yeah, you can jump from pretty much halfway across the map straight in and dunk. Like, anytime I had access to her and she didn't have banishment sickness, she's just dunking on the enemy team constantly.
Her projection of her aura is a shotgun. That I was really good at perfectly aiming so that all my enemies would go right into the in-between spaces, so I never hit anybody with her.
I grabbed a lot of her upgrades, which extends the angle at which it can shoot out at and how fast it can shoot out at, and then using her talisman, which makes it pierce all structures that are in your way. A lot of times, if I couldn't get close enough to use the jump, I was close enough to just banish all of them at once because of how huge her aura was that would get sent out.
I was really excited when I got that talisman. I was like, finally, I'll hit things. And then I just continued to blow my own mind with how I could shoot it, and there'd be 3 targets in front of me, and she's a shotgun, and I don't hit any of them.
Yeah, the pellets go around them.
Really cool. Still strong character, though. Mm-hmm. Did you use Bertrude much? He's for
No, I didn't. I was having a really hard time with her and Sandalwood, truly, and she was actually one of the ones that I left behind. I felt really bad.
I did too.
But she
seems fine
she's at home down there.
Yeah, she literally admitted that she was at home. So in my mind, I was like, "You're not a priority." Everyone else,
You're not a priority.
Yeah.
Everyone else
100%.
was saying, "I want to leave. I don't want to be here."
She doesn't even say she's a priority. She's like, I'm just doing this for Sandalwood.
Yeah.
And if you leave Sandalwood behind, there's like no reason to send her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's also left to her devices because she's a sorcerer, and that's why she was exiled. And now she's like, "I can do that."
She was exiled because she had a printing press.
Because she was supplying
I thought that was
Sandalwood's
Sandalwood's.
printing
Yeah, I was like,
press.
Sandalwood has a printing
she was
press.
supplying.
Yeah.
She was supplying with
That's
ink.
right.
Yeah. He had
So
the printing press. She had the ink.
so she was exiled for subversion. He was exiled for printing.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So she was like, "I can do whatever I want now down here," and I was like,
Yeah,
go for
including
it."
fucking Sandalwood.
I got that.
Well, no, because there's a very good conversation between them. I don't know if you had.
I mean, including fucking Sandalwood, and then not getting reacquainted with him later in this because they had a past relationship. I think they had a past.
No, it's
Really?
It's implied that I think it's implied she's always had feelings for him, and they've always known, but he doesn't feel that way about her.
Oh,
and
see,
that's just the conversation is just
Yeah.
like, listen, she's like, I've always loved you. He's like, I know you know that, but that's not the way my heart feels. I don't have that. I cannot control my heart. I don't have that attraction or something along those lines. And she's like, I get
You're
it.
a gross worm thing.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I've always understood it as like an allegory for like, I'm gay. Like, yeah. Or you're just not my type. Yeah.
You know what? Sandalwood does have an ex-boyfriend who's really, really, really wants his ass.
Orlek.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about Sandalwood, and then we'll talk about Orlek.
Yeah, let's talk about Sandalwood.
He's a tree.
Okay, but for some odd reason, I don't know why I read this, is that like they had a
maybe
relationship,
they did.
and like for some odd reason, I thought Sandalwood was trying to reignite it, and Big Virtue
No.
turned him down.
That's definitely
I don't know
not what
why
happened.
I thought that. Why do I have
No,
that
it's-
in my
it's-
head? Like
no,
Yeah,
it's definitely
no.
not it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Uncle. I think it was, or at least that's what I read too.
No,
is
you're both probably right. I'm not saying I'm right at all.
That was my impression as well. Is that it was like I got the impression. I read it really quickly because I was trying to get this done for today. But how I read it in that quick amount of time was they did have a relationship outside of this, and then coming down in. But I think thinking back
It was a
more on
work
it more.
relationship.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
For some
Because it
reason,
was.
I thought it was both.
Will you read romantic relationships into literally every game?
Look,
This
so-
game also does that a
It
lot.
does
with
invite you to
characters.
do No, it does that.
There didn't have
Yeah.
to be
No,
any
it definitely
romance at
does.
all, and they definitely put that into the game.
So I did take pretty good notes on this scene though, because I really like it's like
a good scene.
It's two adults having a really serious conversation. We both know you love me. And but I just don't feel that way about you. She's like, no, I feel you, dude, but I still love you. And he's like, I will always care very much for you. You're very important to me. And when you leave them both behind, they still stay friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
And I think they
Sandalwood.
should stay behind. I think they are okay down there.
Yeah. Sandalwood, this is his plan to send everybody over and
Topple it.
topple the whole system, man. Nobody gets sent to the downside no more, man. Sandalwood's cool.
Yeah,
he's got a good plan, man.
my favorite bit with Sandalwood is when he speaks English to you.
Yeah, you find out that that's the language of reading. It's not just like, oh, I'm reading this language in English because I'm an English speaker and this is a video game. It's the language that is read is English.
Yeah.
And he speaks it to you to let you know he's a reader too.
Presumably in other translations it's that language, but like the language is the real world language is the language of
your
magic
language.
It's the magic language of their world.
Yeah, which is really cool. When you get to read his thoughts and it's just he speaks normally, it's like, oh shit.
I liked Sandalwood. I was just waiting for him to betray us.
Really?
I felt like this guy is just like wanting a revolution. I'm like, I don't know if I can totally trust him all the way. I never fought his plans ever, but I was just simply waiting for him to betray me at some point. But he never did, so I was like, okay, well, all right.
Yeah. No, he's just a good guy.
He wanted the peaceful revolution, which I was shocked because I was like, I thought he would want it more violent revolution because of what happened, but no, he was like, I want peace. I want to do it in a peaceful way.
Instead of revolution at any means, revolution at peaceful means is what he was looking for.
Yeah, but I think this game kind of makes a pointed statement that kind of is impossible.
Yeah, because that's not what happens.
Right.
Is it not? I thought
if you get 100% success, is it peaceful?
That's what I read. I might have to fair warning, I beat the game but didn't look at the epilogue,
which is crazy
because I had to get back here. Which I probably should have just waited the last 10 minutes to just read through all of them because that's all it would have taken.
It's like a half an hour, I won't lie.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's a very long end credit slideshow, basically.
But I plan to go back to because I exited out right before that too, or I exited out as that was happening, so I should go back beforehand to the checkpoint.
Bean, was it peaceful for you because you had 100%, right?
Yeah, I did. I believe it really was peaceful for everyone.
I can't remember from my first playthrough.
Yeah.
I thought it was, and you agreeing. I'm 99% sure I heard the words, and then it was a peaceful revolution overnight. Everyone was thrown out of power. Everyone else was thrown.
I like that
power.
way less.
Me too.
I like that way less than what happened in my story.
See, I sacrificed myself and I let him go.
I did too.
Because that's why he was like, no, I want to stay. And I was like, no, like, you are literally the heart of the revolution. You need to go. And then it was all peaceful. And I was like, oh, like, that's what you meant by.
Bean, that was the exact same. Like, I never cared for the reader to leave, your main character. I had zero gumption to like make that decision at the end. I didn't even know there was going to be that decision at the end.
It's a cool decision.
Yeah.
And at the end,
because you're told at the beginning of the game,
you're not making it out.
You will never get out.
Well, you're kind of also told though by Headwind that we're all gonna make it out at the same time too.
So there's a couple twists. Then.
Yeah.
Because at first it's like, okay, we're all gonna get out, and then it's time to decide who gets out first. And, oh well, not you though.
Yeah. Say the coach can't leave. Only the players can leave.
Yeah. The coach is stuck here
until they trick you at the end and say, okay, now the coach can leave.
The coach
if
is
you
on
want.
contract.
Yeah. Okay, wait, real quick. What did you think when Sandalwood said that he had buried the wagon and then he re-unburied it for the rights to restart?
Sick.
I missed that.
It's interesting that he buried it in the first place, I think.
Yeah.
Burying the memories.
Yeah, but wouldn't let anyone else ever
No.
escape. That's
No.
pretty fucked up.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, because without the Nightwings, the rites cannot be conducted. And so, he ended it for everybody.
Everyone's just doing practice matches while waiting, it seems like.
Or not playing.
Or not playing, yeah.
Oh, wait, real quick. What did you say for, like, when he asked you what does freedom mean?
Oh.
That's a good question. That's my favorite interaction with him. He asks you what freedom means to you.
Yeah, for me, I just said love. I'm corny.
Wrong. I answered correctly.
Fear? No fear?
Yeah, life without fear. And he's
I also
like, yeah,
answered
me too.
correctly.
Okay.
I get it. We are free.
I immediately went to the fear option, and I'm like, I started thinking more about it, and I'm like, I don't know. And then one of them was like, free to travel wherever I want, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll go with that one. My first, I didn't go with my gut, which was the fear one. Okay. And then as soon as that happened, he's like, no, you fucking idiot, it's fear. And I'm like, yeah, I knew that. I was just choosing my own option.
Yeah. I actually took like a whole day to think about that one because the way he said it, all the choices, I was like, well, you can misinterpret all the choices. And I was like, which one was the one you can't misinterpret the most, because some of them was like, I just want freedom to do whatever I want. I'm like, well, that could also be mean. That like if you look at the Commonwealth, yeah, like that's the thing with the Commonwealth is there's freedom to be evil, there's freedom to be mean, there's freedom to have a caste system in the society.
When I saw that too, then I started thinking, because I thought the same way. I should have won a way quicker timetable of like, it probably took me a minute to deliberate on the thing instead of a whole day. But I was like, but fear, I mean, like, fear's probably a healthy thing to have. Yeah. So, like, fear to get arrested if you kill someone, fear to, like, but so I had a hard time with that one. I was like, well, free to travel is a pretty good one, so I'll go with freedom of travel.
No. And in the end, the only consequence is his reaction to you in that moment.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, it does feel but that's how like good of a game this is like you care that much about a simple question like this.
You don't want to disappoint your tree daddy.
You want the good dialogue path. I think I really enjoy games that the reward / the failure is no numerical difference of what you're doing, just you get the angry dialogue option versus the yes, we're on the same page on this.
You should play Pathologic 3.
Oh god. See, I will say that with this game, I normally have a huge struggle with making decisions. This was the smoothest decision game I've ever played.
Now, how much of that is because you were in a time crunch?
I wouldn't put any amount into that.
Oh, okay.
Just I would instead put more of it on. I didn't have to make difficult decisions because I won.
Yeah.
I think if I was playing on a higher difficulty or chose to use more of the Titan debuffs, I think I would have had a harder time making decisions because there would be less options for me. Whereas, like, every time I had time to give somebody up, I always had at least 3 options. Yeah. And I was like, well, and I never had to, even before I got to the point where I could make a decision, I'm like, well, this person's going to be next. And then they were available to be next. So I was like, my plans never got disrupted.
One of my favorite things about when you choose someone for the liberation, right, they usually have a little, I can't believe you chose me. And then you choose other people, and a character will say, all right, we're getting Drodaria out of here right now.
Let's do this.
Everyone's excited to get somebody else out.
Yeah, if someone is ready in the buddy system to pointedly say, let's do this.
One exception. You choose Rookie, excellent choice. Is what he's like, nice.
Nice.
So let's maybe we should each go through the order of our rights, like who got liberated after each of our playthroughs.
Did we talk about Sandalwood yet?
How he plays, maybe not. He's very slow.
Oh, he's the worst character out of anybody.
Wrong.
He's the best defender.
Yes.
Because if you plant your seed near your base and then are just blinking around it, your extended aura from the combination, plus any characters you might have left besides him at your base, makes defending super easy.
Or you plant it right where the ball is in front of, and the enemy, as soon as they pick up the ball, they run into.
That's what I did.
Yeah, the AI almost never figures that out. Actually,
until they got to the later matches for me, and they're like, "You idiot, you fool," and then they destroyed me.
That was really funny. Slow. Is any of his big defensive plays that when I had to take him with me on a right was the fact that the sapling was just on the ground and the enemy just walked right into it, and I was like, that's so stupid. Why do they not just see this thing? That was probably due to the fact it was on normal difficulty where the AI is probably dumbed down.
Yeah.
But I didn't like using him at all because he can't rush. And so
he cannot run. He can only blink.
He has no legs.
He has no legs.
No, he plants himself in the ground and wades through the earth.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's kind of cool.
I like his big long pipe that he has in cutscenes where he has the huge Gandalf pipe.
I didn't even see that one.
You never noticed? He would have it often.
I never knew that.
It's kind of shaded in a way that
it looks like him.
It's off to the side. Yeah. It's easy to not notice.
I like his deal. I like him being this planner. I love a planner. I love a guy thinking about his grand schemes, and especially if the scheme is revolution.
The plant planner.
A plant planner with his planner too. You get his planner that says your percentage of success. Should we talk about the other teams maybe real quick?
Maybe a little bit, yeah. Did you have a favorite or
Barker?
Ones?
Yeah, Barker was my favorite because he's just mean and loud.
Punk dog.
Every team gets their own soundtrack.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
That's one of my favorite things about the game.
I loved being able to change the music in the main menu area.
Oh, the minstrel that we haven't talked about.
Oh, Tariq. Yeah, Tariq the minstrel with the Gate Guardian. They're in this like forbidden romance that they can't interact with each other until the end of the rites. And every time he's flirting with her, and she's like, Tariq,
we've got a job.
This is our job.
This is our job. You need to stop this nonsense. He's like, what? I'm in love with you. And she's like, Tariq.
And they have a
blasphemy.
Unique lyrics to the same song for every end liberation based on which team you're playing against.
Yeah.
They're singing about the other team.
Right.
That's so cool.
They have to face the Nightwings.
Yeah.
You got to defeat the Nightwings. This is your only way to freedom. And when they have the ball, it plays their motif under the
That's so cool.
the liberation song.
I didn't think about that.
This is the best music in any Supergiant game. I cannot.
I love it and I hate it. There are some songs that just, I don't know, it hurts my ears. But most of them I like. I love the lyrical elements though, because like there's a song that the first time you hear the scribe sing, he's singing a song about one of the Titans and like, how it was slain. It just sounds very minstrelly.
The Doom ship never dies. It's so good while you're just traveling in the caravan, because the way the caravan moves, it's very like cartoonish. It's like
very
rocking back and
cartoony.
forth. When it goes to the next screen, it does like a big jump with the wheels catching up later.
It's doing like the breathing thing.
The
Where
breathing
like,
animation cartoons of like the
it's like Looney Tunes almost.
Yeah, when like the
It's
sun,
pre-Looney
when the
Tunes.
sun and moon are like bouncing up and down on the
rhythmically.
screen.
Yeah.
the
reminded me
Cuphead
of, like-
animation
Yes,
style, whatever
that
that
style.
is that I'm
Yes.
gonna look up and remember the word of.
What do you
It
say?
reminded me of that one instrument that like does this, and you have the accordion.
Accordion.
Yeah.
Accordion.
In my mind, I was like, it's the accordion because it like always does that when it jumps.
Very both fluid and stiff at the same time, where it's moving, but it's moving within certain like confines.
The 1930s rubber hose animation style.
Rubber hose.
you go.
Yes. Yeah, it's great. I don't know. Something about this music has always hit for me, where I just think it's Darren Korb's best work.
It's fantastic. It really is.
Which again, the follow up of Hades made me go, oh.
Yeah, so Hades is
I
not-
really wish I liked
Hades is the
any
weakest
of-
music by far.
Guess what? 2 might be a runner-up,
Wow.
if not in competition for that title.
Yeah. So we've got Barker,
Got Barker.
good opponent, interesting. He
all
just wants to
curse.
have fun.
Why did he go to the downside?
I don't remember.
He pissed on the voice's leg.
Yeah, it was public intoxication basically, and then indecent exposure.
That's so
because
funny.
he pissed on the guy, like the fucking, like the voice wants you like, all right, you got to beat that fucker for me, reader.
I didn't really read a whole lot into it. I just assumed they were a punk band that the government didn't like, and then they
funny.
kicked them out because that's
No.
every time I'm like, oh yeah, it's the punk dog. Let's go.
He's funny because like if you go up against him for a liberation, right? He's like, I don't even care if you let me go. I just want to stop you from winning. This is gonna be fun. Whoa, yeah, let's do it. It's awesome.
How?
Yeah, oh yeah, they howl a lot.
They're so funny.
They're very dog.
I like their ending is they just continued the rites but for fun.
Yeah, yeah. If
Yeah.
if they don't go on to win, he just starts up the right system as entertainment.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Something to do.
Yeah.
The Withdrawn. They're
Yep,
the
the
Bog
witches.
Crone group that wants to resurrect the eldritch dark god whatever
Yislak.
Yislak. That's what it is.
Yislak.
Yislak. Yeah, they're
fine.
they're spooky. They're like the bad guy team of the teams.
I fought them once more, and that was really it.
Yeah,
honestly.
I never really. There's not.
I only played them twice.
Yep.
We'll get to it when we get to it. Yeah, because we're talking about the whole scope of our playthroughs in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I loved when you were flying and you could bump into them and they would get so mad at you.
The bumping dialogue's very fun.
Yeah,
And
just
maybe-
running into another team's caravan, and every single one of them's like, "Fucking learn how to drive, Nightwings."
Yes.
Except for the Fates, who are like, "Oh, hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
The Dog Boy is like,
Dalbert says, "Hey, it's-
Dalbert's like, yeah,
they're fine. They're just they
it was
accidentally ran into us."
probably an accident.
It was-
They did it on purpose, Dad.
Yeah.
Oliver pissed off.
Yeah.
That duo is pretty fun. The dad is just super chill.
Yeah.
Like, dude, here's a prize from the get go. It's
so glad you guys are back.
yeah. Thanks for coming back. Here's a pretty good talisman.
Hey, we're about to use our special move. Very
Get
honorable.
ready.
Yeah, he won. Am I right? Because I let him win. Because one thing I did know is when Dalbert goes to get liberated with the beam of light, he actually pushes Ulmer in instead.
I figured.
Yeah.
There's
really
this
sweet.
dialogue where it talks about it's like this dad-son duo.
Yeah.
They have to know that only one of them's going to be able to go back. And I'm like, well, of course the dad's going to let the son go.
And that's why I don't let them win, because I don't care about Dogboy.
No.
Especially when I know I'm leaving Ray behind.
I just thought Gay and Ulmer would have a great life, and they didn't.
They do when you leave them in the downside where they belong.
When you leave them in hell.
Yeah, exactly.
They like hell.
Yeah, they do. They like it there.
We talked about the Tempers. They got the demon
demon.
guy.
They're supposedly, other than the Nightwings, they have far and away the best record of any of the teams.
Because they've been there the longest, right?
Yep, they were the team formed by the Emperor, the Solium Mur, because each of the 8 scribes, these powerful people from long ago who came here from these 8 different races, each of them founded a different team, and so this is the Emperor's team. The man that everyone else came down to the downside chasing.
The lore in this game is so deep,
It
especially
is
if you read the book.
So deep, yeah.
I did not
There
read
is
the book.
a lot of reading to
There's
do.
in that
too
book,
much.
I would close it and it'd be still glowing. I'll open it up and I'll be like, okay, read that, and I'll close it and
You
it'll
can
still
flip
be glowing.
pages.
Well, you can flip pages, but then you realize, each chapter has a set amount of pages too at the same time, and there's 50 pages in the book.
In the beginning, I started reading. Yeah, there's an achievement for quote unquote reading 50 pages. But really, I got tired of the book sparkling, so I hit next page, next page, next page, next page, next page. And I was like, I don't care enough to read all this because it's also
You get the whole backstory of each of the 8 scribes.
It's also sometimes biblically confusing words
Yes.
at that time where they're talking around what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't care enough to spend more time talking when I have to finish this game still, or reading when I have to finish this game still.
Biblically ambiguous.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
I like Chastity.
the Chastity, the team.
Yeah.
That's Sapwood's team.
Yes, I'm talking about the team, Uncle. I'm not just admitting something on the podcast.
I'm just saying that's Sapwood's team, and I reacted like that because he's the worst guy.
I love how much he sucks, manly.
Yeah, I think I said earlier, easy to hate.
Yep.
Yeah. I like how Sandalwood's like, just don't talk to this guy. Just
Right.
don't even
interact.
look at him. Don't even make mention of him. And he'll just
say
go away
anything.
eventually.
You'll eventually get pissed off and
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
He won in the liberation right against me.
Ooh, that's the worst one to
I
win.
was pissed. I was pissed.
I was so worried that would happen that it was my second to last liberation, right?
Uh-huh.
I sold a bunch of my items, and including items that I was actively using for some of my players, so that I could buff the shit out of my players temporarily with those +4 bonuses.
Yeah.
And I crushed him, and it was worth it.
I did that too.
No regrets.
And then didn't use any of those consumable
No,
items because I
they're
forgot
so
to.
good.
I bought them all.
I forgot about that.
And then
They're
within
so
the
good.
2 minutes of me buying them to outfitting my characters, I was like, "Yep, that talisman's good. That talisman's good. All right, send." And that was the last fight.
I did that-
I didn't even use.
I
the
did that
consumables.
twice. I sold a bunch of items for that second to last right, and then I sold everything else for the last right and used consumables and buffed the shit out of my characters. And that really helped.
I should have done that.
Because I was not letting that motherfucker over. He wants to perpetuate the system. He
Yes,
wants to
yeah.
be even
Status
worse
quo.
than anybody else.
Do you want to know what happens to him?
Yes, please.
He becomes a street cleaner after being arrested.
Nice.
He tries to quell the rebellion by pretending to be the tree scribe.
Nice.
And then the crowd just whips a bottle at his face or something.
That's awesome. When you leave him behind, he ends up just continuing to annoy everyone until all but just a couple of his teammates leave him, and they, for some reason, they're just they're deluded to thinking that following him will someday pay off. And so they're just stuck with him, listening to him complain. It's just he just wanders the wastes complaining for the rest of his life, basically.
Great.
Nice.
That's the
Yeah.
perfect fate for Manly.
Yeah.
I will say real quick, when you beat them in the game to get them up to the Commonwealth, if you try to fight them again, they won't even show up.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot.
Really?
Yeah, they give up.
Yeah, they give up.
That's sad. That's why I felt like the villain again.
There are a few teams that will do that towards the end if they have no chance, no matter what the outcome is. If they have no chance of making it to the final liberation, right? I think everybody but the Fate will just not show up.
Yeah.
I've never had that. Yeah.
And it's really sad because all your players are like, "Wow, we suck for choosing this team when there's no way they could have won."
Yeah.
Your characters feel really guilty. You get like a debuff. I got a debuff when I did that.
I didn't even.
Everybody lost hope when that happened.
I didn't even metagame that because I purposefully didn't metagame in all this game by looking up anything about it, even though I was very tempted to be like, what should I know before I get into this so I don't screw myself over? But I was like, no, I'm just gonna go in and do whatever it is ends up being with the game, and. Even with all of that, because like it gives you the big scoreboard eventually, where it's like, here's where everyone's standing is, and here's how their chances line up. I looked at it a couple times just to see how many rights I've done so far, but I never really cared, except for like, oh hell yeah, undefeated, let's go.
I was obsessed with it because I was really worried about people. I only wanted to play people in liberation rights that I would be okay with
losing to.
Yeah, losing to, and in the end, it didn't go the way I wanted it to in terms of who got to the other side, except for one case with Tamitha. But I'm still happy with how everything landed in the very end. Do we
talk about it?
I think
Real quick, one more character. Let's talk about Oralek.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I
the
feel like we
true
have
Nightwing.
to.
the true
Oh,
Nightwing.
yeah.
Yeah.
OG.
The one who was betrayed.
Yes, because when the last Liberation Right, the Sandalwood's team, Nightwings, tried to win and send people over with, Oralek was the chosen one, and then the woman on their team
Pushed him out of the way.
Afraid that she would never get her chance, and she just died, right?
Yep.
She wasn't.
Yeah, she
wasn't
wasn't
worthy.
Yeah.
And he broke his horn.
Yep.
Yeah. That's because he's a demon, and then he falled.
He did fall.
Yeah, presumed dead until he shows up, pissed, angry.
And he was super soft, nice doctor boy, apparently, beforehand.
But he's also, if the game was in a different perspective, he's the hero of the story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like a villain because the last fight it was like Sandalwood versus him, and
It's the best when you do Sandalwood versus him. It's so dramatic.
Yeah.
it was so dramatic, and I did take a whole day because it was like either me, Sandalwood, or him, and I was like, well, Sandalwood's the heart of the revolution. I was like, but Oralek is a medic, and that would help.
And he does help.
But I chose Sandalwood, and then he would like, no, he jumped off the mountain, and that was like, I'm the villain.
I definitely let Oralek go because so for me it was Rookie. It was my last chance to send Rookie. No, yeah.
Rookie.
It was so this is I decided to keep Rookie to the end because he was one of the first. I sent like midway through the other one, and so okay. I think are we ready to talk about our playthroughs now? Because this is a great segue into mine. So order people. I sent over Jody this time because I wanted to try play differently on my second playthrough. And I thought she'd be a good choice for an early person to send over. Then I tried to send over Rookie, and I was against the withdrawn. And the withdrawn one, sending the evil Bog Witch crone over.
What?
And nothing comes of it.
Interesting.
She disappears. No one ever sees her again.
That makes sense.
Hears of her again. It's presumed she either has killed herself or re-exiled herself on purpose.
Yeah.
But she is like it's assumed she either blew herself up in spellcraft or self-exiled.
That's so funky.
But either way, she's never seen again, and there's no like extra Eastlac
that
missions.
blows my mind.
Like there's no Eastlac does not show up again. Is not mentioned again in the story.
She makes a whole speech about wanting to quote unquote eat the world.
Right. That like after the first because you play her the first time when you meet her, and then my second time I played her. She was in the liberation, right? And she won. And in both cases, she beat me, by the way. The first time I played her, she beat me. And then she beat me again in the liberation, right? And she was gone, and then she disappeared from the story altogether. And then after that, for me, it was, I sent Headwind over. I was like, Rookie, you had your shot. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll try again later. Headwind. And then, actually, I was, again, going to send Rookie. And then Pamitha begged me to let Tamitha go, so I let Tamitha go, and she successfully leads an assault on the Commonwealth during the Revolution, and ends up joining the revolutionaries and forming a new nation.
They form an alliance.
Yeah, a union.
Yeah.
the Saurian Union.
Yep.
And she's really successful, but she never forgives her sister. Even though her sister begged for her to be free, and that's what let her be free because I was crushing her. And then after Tamitha, Sir Gilman I sent over because I just love him and I knew he'd be a good guy on the other side, and he was. He fights hard in the Revolution. After he shows up, vows he'll never fight again. Revolution starts, has to fight, and then vows he'll never fight again unless he has to, which is awesome. That's so funny. And he becomes a warrior monk.
Nice.
In a mountaintop monastery because it's scary for him to be at a high height.
Yeah.
And so he wants to challenge himself. And then after Gilman, I sent Tizo over. And then again, my final right, Rookie. I was his third and final chance to go over. And we won. It was beautiful. And then he's given the choice. Rookie, do you want to go or do you want to give it to the reader? He's like, I'm giving it to the reader.
Wow, really?
And yeah, Rookie said, reader, I want you to go.
I did not expect that from Rookie.
No, because even at the end, he is like begging you. I did the prayer session with him for the scribes beforehand. So he's like, please let me go. Please let me go. Please let me go. This is my last shot. Please, God, let me go. I need to go. My family needs me. I need to go.
Yeah.
And then you choose him, and he's like, excellent choice. Thank you, but yes. And then you win, and he says, no, I'm sending the reader. If I can send the reader, I'm sending the reader. And I said, okay. And then Orlek's like, or you could send me.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, well, shit, yeah, dude. You earned it already.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so I sent Orlek home, and that was a good choice. He and Tizo end up together.
Oh,
yeah, because they were teammates once upon a time.
Yeah.
They get back together and they
They're
become
partners.
Yeah, he becomes a traveling, like a famous traveling doctor, the Demon Doctor, who travels the world
Nice.
healing people. And Tizo's always with him.
I wondered then, because we both sent Bean and I both sent Sandalwood back. I wonder
Maybe sending Sandalwood
if that's
is the thing
100% peaceful revolution. If you give him all the support he needs and you send the leader of the revolution over, then you get a successful peaceful revolution. Because it was over one night, all the leadership was gone, and then the new revolution was in power, and things were just good.
That's interesting.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I know, I felt
you
bad.
100% it, though?
It's not as interesting as a bloody war, though.
I will say I felt bad after after Sandalwood was like, yeah, it's all peaceful here. I was like, no, I should have sent the medic because like
I had a hard time figuring out. I knew it wasn't going to be me because I didn't care about the reader. There was really no stake in the game besides finishing Sandalwood's revolution. Is what it felt like. And like, sure, maybe you could have been supportive over there. I assume none of us sent the reader.
I did not.
So
No. I did my first playthrough.
Okay.
Really?
What happened?
How does that go?
I believe the reader just shares tales of the tales of the story and
Yikes.
about all the stuff, and there's like a comment about like, and every so often the reader met with the fellow exiles who return, and they all reminisce about good times.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens when you stay.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, it's
You just
like
hang
the
out with
inverse.
whoever's still around.
Yeah. And I didn't send Orlek because I didn't know all the information. I'm like, what if I am not sending over one of the only two readers left, and there's nobody that can read anymore? And I didn't know the state of the world, whether or not people could or could not read. And
It's
so
probably presumed
there's probably
hidden
somebody that
ones.
could, but in that split decision where I took a minute to decide of the three, it was between Sandalwood and Orlek. I was like, well, if my whole goal was the revolution, why wouldn't I send the revolution leader over to then guarantee this to happen?
I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was the one who deceived everyone and told them that everyone would get to leave.
Yeah.
And so because he made that promise, everyone gets to leave, and he knew that wasn't true. I said, no, dude, you as the leader, it is your response. You are the most responsible to stay behind. So when I found out he was a player, the first playthrough and second playthrough, I immediately made the decision. You are never leaving.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't get to send everybody, then as the leader, it should be your responsibility to stay.
That's why I thought we were the bad guys, because again, he buried the wagon. He
right.
he was kind of mean to Orlek, and
Yep.
and again also like he wants peace through paper and information. And I was kind of like, I don't know how that happened when like the Commonwealth was like being physically violent.
Yeah.
Right. Like this is
This
is a violent empire.
Yeah.
That's why, like, when for the ending I had, it's the harpies come and help save the day with the revolutionaries, and they all join forces and create this whole new union.
Mm-hmm. That's me too.
Yeah.
So like for me it was Witch disappears. Tamith leads the Harpy assaults, never forgives her sister. Jody becomes a military icon during the rebellion, and then is famous for winning all of her battles with non-lethal force, which I rolled my eyes at that. But she becomes the head of a volunteer emergency responder corps, though. Like a group of people.
She was a firefighter.
Basically, yeah. Just emergency situations, people well-trained, she's in charge of it. Hedwyn was vital in the revolution, leading the assault on the Archjustice's palace. Hooks back up with his hot harp girlfriend, becomes a leader of the Saurian Union. Classic. Who saw that coming? He reconnects with Jody. She becomes one of his trusted advisors. Gilman becomes that badass warrior monk I mentioned after fighting in the rebellion. Tizo, since he was the second to last person I sent, it was his return being a creature of the underworld or whatever the fuck it's called, the downverse. His return is what sparks the revolution.
Oh, nice.
And then he meets back up with Orlek, who's the next person to show up. Ron, the goblin, who we have not mentioned somehow, the shop goblin.
The shopkeeper
I
and his
thought we were going
dad.
to be able to play as him when he said, "Can I join?" And I was like, "Yeah, join." And then you couldn't play as him.
He jumps on board your cargo, and,
Yeah.
all your players lose like
5 hope.
5 hope for the next game because he's so annoying.
Specifically, the reason why he's so annoying, and it's a funny in-game thing you can do, he's constantly making Beavis and Butthead sniveling noises, and you can click on him while you're at the shop, and it'll make him stop making noises.
Ooh. Yeah, it's like you're petting him and he falls asleep.
Yeah.
Falcon Ron is his name.
Falcon Ron.
And he's a slug. He's a slug goblin.
Slug Mart.
Yeah.
Riding his dad.
Riding his dad. Hey, Poppy. Yeah.
I think that's like my least favorite bit in the game. I won't lie.
I didn't put a lot of care into it. I wouldn't say he's like my favorite character or anything.
No, but I think he's funny.
He's a shopkeep, and I was definitely gaming the economy to get as much money as possible. So I really enjoyed interacting with him and getting all the buffs that I could.
I love when he asks you if he should do a sale someday. And you're like, yeah, you totally should. He's like, okay, I'll think about it. And then the prices on everything go up for that session.
Yeah.
And then you do get a sale.
It's 5% off. Yeah, which is really funny.
Mac, do you want to talk about like who you all let up?
The campaign that I did?
Yeah.
So Hedwyn was first. I felt like of my choices that I had, I was like, well, he wants to go back to find somebody, and he doesn't really have a whole lot of stuff to learn down here, so I'm just going to send, like, he's already got his whatever, he's good to go now.
Yeah.
And so I sent him first, and then I went and I got Ruki was next to go, because I immediately went to go do his Barker quest and got him out of his debt, and I was like, well, he doesn't have any debt now, he can go back and help his family, and so he sent off, and he was able to go help his family.
I like how Barker's completely happy with that.
Yeah, he's like, all right.
Too. He's like, yeah, man, that's cool, we're friends.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted.
A bet's a bet.
That's a bet.
Yeah.
And then third, I went Tizo, actually, so he was the third one to go. I was just like, well, I don't think there's a whole lot more to go with him. He had one interaction with Orlek where Orlek was like, Tizo, you can come over here right now, no questions asked.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so
and
good.
Tizo's like, no, I'm not going to abandon my friends. And after that, I was like, well, I'll send Tizo. He can go. His story's pretty much over. Then I did Jodariel because I was like, I have to send the main 3 because of the dialogue we had in the beginning. It's like, if anything else, us 4 are making it out with the reader. But I was like, them 3. That's what I care
Did you
about.
all send Ruki over?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know what happens if you don't?
No.
He forms a trade conglomerate in the Underside with Bertrude and Falcon Ron. in cooperation with the drive imps who are messenger imps.
Oh,
Right.
nice.
And they form a trade empire that works between the Saurian Union and the
Okay.
downside.
That's huge.
He becomes decently successful and is able to continue supporting his family from the downside.
Good for him.
That's good.
He also, if you leave Pamitha behind, they become companions.
Oh, nice.
Aw.
Yeah.
Nice.
That makes sense. They flirted a lot.
They have a
when I
little bit of
played.
flirting in the playthrough. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I sent out Jodariel. I fought the other red demon guy, the I name guy, whatever his name is.
You know.
The one that has interest in Jodariel, and I was like, well, after the third fight, I'm like, there's no still closure here. I didn't think all the closure was going to happen at the end of the game, and so I was like, well, I'll just send Jodariel now then, because her story's pretty much done. And then I sent Rey, because I liked her out of the other choices I had, and I'm like, well, I think she should go up. And then I was upset with my decision because I'm like, wow, she didn't want to go.
Yeah. I lost 2 liberation rights, and I'm happy because I kept everybody who wanted to be together except for the trio.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing I didn't keep.
Yep. And then the last one I sent was Sir Gilman. And I was like, I like him, and I think he will be supportive of the Revolutionary, because he states, he's like, you know what, screw my previous stuff. I'm all in on this Revolution shit now.
Yeah.
After you get to a point with him down below. And then the final rite of Liberation, I was like, well, it probably should be Sandalwood up against Orlek, because I think that'll be the most cinematic between the two. And it was. And then at the end of the decision, Sandalwood gave it up to the reader. And I was like, no, dude, the whole point I was down here was a revolution. We need to make sure this, if I don't send you and this fails, what a stupid amount of time we just spent not changing anything. And so I was like, I'll just send Sandalwood up. And I sent him. And then I don't have any information on what happened at the end, because I'm going to find out once I drive home and figure that out.
It's okay. I mean, Uncle basically covered it all, essentially.
You'll figure it out from, yeah.
I will say this game really encourages to fail forward, and it made me really want to replay the game, letting myself lose like every single time, because I wanted to see what would happen. I think I kind of said Hedwyn was first, Jardel was second, I had Tizo was third, Ruki was fourth, Shay was fifth, and then last was Sandalwood, and I didn't do Sir Gilman or Bertrude, so sorry to them.
Rip to them.
Or Pamitha.
Or Pamitha.
Oh no, I did send Pamitha. She did go.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. It was literally just like those 3 were the ones I had left, with Sandalwood, Bertrude, and Sir Gilman, and I was like, sorry, Sandalwood's going.
I got Hedwyn. I sent up Gay. I lost to Tamitha.
Ooh, yeah.
I sent up Ruki. I lost and purposely to Almir and the Fate, so Almir went up. And then I lost to Manly. And then I lost to Orlak.
Ooh, wow.
By one singular point. It was the most intense game I had in this.
Yeah.
But
Mine too. My final liberation was the most intense.
They kicked
fight.
the AI up a notch for him, which is nice, because like he's been down there way longer than the other people, and he's already gone through an entire right season of doing all this and won. He just got screwed at the end.
Well, and the thing for him too was he gets up there and immediately sees a revolution happening and gets to work healing people. Yep. He gets to work checking on bodies and
Which
stuff.
is interesting, because when you have a decision between Sandalwood and Orlek, and Sandalwood's like, well, if we send you Orlek, can you promise you'll help the revolution? He's like, fuck no, I'm not going to promise anything to you. I owe nothing to you. And I'm like,
he doesn't, yeah.
And I'm like, well, you know, if that's going to be your decision, my entire plan was this revolution. I have to go with Sandalwood to make sure this succeeds.
Now, when you lose, you actually have a chance to either
push him out of the way again. That would be hilarious.
No. So you have a chance to.
It'll work for me.
That'd be like a true bad ending.
So
That'd
funny.
be hilarious.
You just fucking
That'd be
die.
so funny. You have a chance to speak to him, like do a mind connection and talk to him, or influence his mind.
Whoa. Ooh.
Yeah, or you just leave him alone and let him make a decision, because he actually struggles with like, wait, why am I not taking this right away? Why am I? Because the same choice happens. Like Orlak gets to choose who gets to go, Sandalwood, you, or himself.
Oh.
And he's like, why am I not saying my name right now? Why am I hesitating? And you have the option to kind of mess with him in some way or to talk to him. And I just chose, I'm just going to leave it. And then he chooses himself and he leaves, which I think is great. Honestly, I did not want to mess with his mind and I didn't want to influence him. I wanted to see what he would do.
Yeah. There was another time, too, where you have a choice to, like, would you like this? I don't know if anyone else got this event. Would you like this ghost to screw with the other team and give them a debuff?
Did not get that event.
It's in the pits when you do a fight in the pits, and where you first meet those ghost people or whatever.
Yeah,
or you can. There's an option to be like, do you want to have this ghost influence the enemy team negatively?
Wow.
Or do you want to say no? If you say no, the ghost will ask the same question to the other team as well. And then you'll get a detriment if the other team accepts it. The other team also didn't accept it. I can't remember which team it was.
Yeah.
But
some probably would accept it.
Yeah, some probably would have. So
I totally skipped that. I played one game there.
This game's a really cool choose your own adventure with fun RNG moments where it's just like it completely changes your story it adds extra story flavor to your gameplay than it would compared to somebody else's
story,
right? It changes your opportunities because you ultimately, who you play in the final liberation, right, has a huge impact in the game.
Well, I think it's set. I think it is set in a specific way.
You will always play one of those teams.
You will always play in that order.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you were influencing who plays in the final liberation, right, based on who you play against during
I don't think so.
Because you can...
Well, who's your first Who's the first liberation team you fight?
Tempers. You always play the Tempers first in the first liberation, right?
I honestly can't remember.
I don't remember.
The guy with the blue hair,
So
right?
for me, it was Tempers. Then Withdrawn. Then
Withdrawn were my second. I do know that.
Yep. So it's Tempers, Withdrawn.
Then the Harpies.
Yep.
And
then Barker.
Yep.
I think it's the same.
Yeah. And then it goes. What's after Barker? Not Manly, but the Fates.
No. Oh yeah, Fates.
The Fates, and then Manly, and then True.
Yeah.
Then Nightwing.
Then the true Nightwings, the good guys of the team. I like how the other two.
See, I thought you were influencing who plays in the final right based on who you're playing in the.
I didn't truly know, but
and so I was always very carefully choosing who I played, thinking I had an influence on
it. It's just preference.
I went in but it felt like there was influence. But when I checked it, I was like, wait, Barker's been losing all of his games. Why is he here right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And at that point, I had some doubt on if I had any influence on what teams I was facing. And when I fought the Pamitha versus Tamitha, I'm like, this feels like this. Bravo if it's not a scripted for you're always going to fight Tamitha on every run, but how cool would it be if it wasn't scripted and you just randomly got this sequence where Pamitha fights Tamitha? But I think that part is set in stone.
That's kind of all I think I got for. Does anyone have any last thoughts?
One more comment. I forget the name of the person, but the orb lady, the green orb.
Oh yes, we didn't talk about Sandra.
Yeah,
Sandra and the Beyonders.
The Beyonders.
Yes, we got to talk about the orb crystal, where I think we're definitely hooking up at the end? Question mark.
I honestly didn't talk to the orb lady a lot.
If you ask her, do you have any what is it you can ask her?
What do you want?
Yeah, what do you? Well, do you have anything you need to say or something like that?
There's a lot of options.
Every time you interact with her, there's an option to
ask her what's up.
What's up, basically. And if you do that multiple times, you develop a relationship with her. And she's like, eventually, she's extremely grateful because she's like, I've been stuck in this fucking ball for 800 years.
873 years,
and nobody would ever talk to her, too.
Yeah, they would just be like, give me a challenge.
Well, they did. It's just they said, could you imagine being stuck in a room with the same people for 873 years? We don't want to talk to each other anymore.
Yeah. That's true. There's other people in there. There's an entire team that they broke the rules of the right and they were banished to the crystal.
Mm-hmm.
But
she's also the place where you do the challenge quests for each person. Once you hit enough experience with each person, you can unlock a challenge quest where you are 1v3 and you have to show your prowess using this person's kit.
I love those challenges.
Very good. A very good choice of challenge for the game. And then at the end, you get a talisman that's specific for that character, which buffs them in their moveset in some certain way, or whatever passive buffs they currently have, or whatever ends up being. And I will say usually I end up picking that extra talisman option, but not all the characters. I didn't choose it for all of them. My favorite combo ever, I'm curious to know everyone's favorite combo for talisman and character. Mine was to always go the imp, and then giving him regain all of your stamina upon picking up the orb.
That's a great combo. That talisman and anybody is a great
huge.
combo.
And as soon as I got rid of him, I passed it on to the next person, and I think I gave it to Pamitha for a long while because I was like, you could just rush to the orb and then continue rushing to the goal.
Now, leveled up, Tizo's legendary artifact is really good.
Very similar,
you can basically just infinitely sprint around
zip.
no matter what.
Yeah, infinitely zip because that's what he does. He's zip, 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 zip.
Yeah,
I like that.
Almost a blink. You're just moving that fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what's everyone else's favorite combo if they have another one?
I want to know being for Sandra though. Because we were talking about Sandra and the Beyonders.
Who's Sandra? Is that Sandra? Oh, Sandra's the
Orblade.
Orblade.
Yeah. What was your ending for Sandra? Did you talk to her a lot?
I did talk to her all the way to the point where she was like, "Leave me alone. I don't want to talk anymore."
Oh, you
really
still talk
sad.
to her?
I did. I still talk to her, but she was like, she pretty much said, "I don't want to talk anymore." I'm kind of like, I mean, this is not what she said verbatim, but that was what I got, is that she was sad that the rights were ending. She was kind of like, "Leave me alone. I'm not going to be able to go with you."
If you talk to her one more time, she says, "Take me with you."
Yeah.
And you can, if you go, you can take her with you.
Oh, interesting.
Oh my God, dang.
Well, you just take her with you wherever. I told her wherever you go, I go.
That's true. Yeah, you do
because we're in love and we're hooking up.
I would definitely
very
take it.
much.
See what I mean, listeners? This is,
Okay, I will say the ending very much implies and they don't need to hear the particular details of our relationship. It's like the way she speaks, it's very flirty.
Mm-hmm.
it's good to have a friend. Yeah.
Sure. They were good friends, these roommates.
I didn't talk to her. I talked to her for a while, and then I got tired of talking to her, and I was like, I'm just going to use you for the quests. I don't really care enough.
Damn,
Interesting
everyone
character.
is just doing what she hated. I like her, but yeah, my favorite. I think my favorite combo really is Tizo's free stamina.
That's pretty
when
strong.
you upgrade it.
That might be my favorite. I also really like, there's one specific instance where you can do a Sandalwood pre-game choice where he finds an artifact.
Pre-gaming with Sandalwood.
Yeah. There's a lantern talisman that you can find, and leveled up all the way, it gives you a 100% chance to return one of your teammates when you when you banish an enemy.
Oh, wow.
And so giving that to Sandalwood as my goalie, really strong, because the second you take out the person rushing you, one of your other guys comes back and you can just switch to him and take the ball. My rushers, so like a great combo is Gilman, Rookie, and Sandalwood. Leave Sandalwood back and then float between Rookie
Two
and
rushers.
or Tizo is another good one too. But yeah.
I just did not on vibes. I gave everyone the talisman they meant to have, except for Sandalwood and Bertrude. I gave them the rings because I was like, I don't fucking care. You guys are gonna have.
Yeah.
I bought the
awesome.
rings and never used them at all.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I bought them, never used them, sold them, and bought quick one-time use
I was like,
items.
oh, this might be important at some point to use these. It'd be cool to use, and I never used it.
They're not that good. Yeah.
Should we go to questions?
Scribes we gather in their names to face the night winds here before the flames, a common foe for all to prove their claim, prevail for freedom or to fail in shame.
question comes in from Hilver. And also, Lakota asked kind of a similar question. So Hilver asked, what is a different sport you would like to see get the Pyre treatment? With Lakota also asking, what other sport would you like to see Pyre take on and make its own thing in a hypothetical sequel? So kind of different, but, similar. So what other sport would we like to see to get the Pyre treatment? And maybe, would this be a sequel to Pyre or would it be its own thing?
I don't know that I can think of a formula I like, but maybe a volleyball game where rallying the ball does different things, and sometimes you send it to the other team not trying to score.
Right.
So I feel like volleyball would lend itself to this.
Volleyball would be really good.
I
Actually.
didn't have an answer. I think that's one of the best answers you could do.
I was considering football. I was like, that's just Blood Bowl.
Warhammer Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
No, I was going to also say volleyball because my idea was if to make it like a more intensive game, if you pass the ball, the orb could get more like
Effects.
XP, like it could be like a bigger ball. So like the more times you pass it, so then you would be incentivized to even pass it to the enemy and then get it back from them to have it be a bigger ball.
Yeah. See,
That would also work with tennis, too.
Okay,
a lot
could be
of
good like a
volleys.
tennis then. Yeah.
Now, my thought, what if curling? Pyre curling?
You like kick it.
you get different brooms, I guess.
But who knows, right? Because like the way
there's other spins on the game you could play.
right.
Oh, wait, instead of like tossing like a basketball, it could be like a frisbee throw or a curling
Ultimate
throw.
frisbee.
Ultimate Frisbee. This is kind of like Ultimate Frisbee in some ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we got Supergiant. Reach out to us. We got your games for you.
You just need to make another
we
sports
can
game.
name sports for you,
Yeah.
and then you can just pick them and make a whole game out of that.
And what we're doing is the hardest part.
Yes.
So just do the game and then pay us.
a horse riding, like a dressage sort of competition, but Pyre. we have to.
horse raiding and gambling.
It's about the horses. The horses want to leave.
Yeah, the horses want to leave it. Oh no, we're accidentally stumbling into.
we're going backwards in time now.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that anime
the
horse girl game.
Yeah. They're all different horses that want to leave for their various crimes.
Yeah.
I've played a game about horses.
Oh shit! Yeah, we all. Well, not we all did, but
It's also Year of the Horse.
it
is.
Wow, it is.
We definitely
Full
did that on
circle.
purpose. We definitely
No, we
did that
didn't.
on purpose.
No,
we
we
did.
didn't.
Listeners, we
Yeah.
did it. We did it.
We planned
if
it
it
all.
was on purpose, we'd be playing horses this month.
Everyone say nay. We did it on purpose.
No, January's the first month.
Yes, but the Lunar New Year isn't until
yeah,
this
that's
month.
right.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
duh.
I was confused too.
I'm like,
Yeah. I know things.
I know.
Lakota also asked, who is your favorite team to go up against? Whether it's because they offered a real challenge or they're just fun. For me, it was always Chastity. I like beating Manly. It was really fun making him annoyed. Also, I really like the Chastity's music. It's the best team theme because of the harpsichord.
Oh yeah. Ding 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 ding.
I love a harpsichord.
Barker, because
Yep, Barker. I loved fighting Barker every time I could. It was super fun.
Yeah, he was also my favorite. I just wanted to talk to him more. But then at one point he's like, I don't want to talk anymore. And I'm like, oh.
Barker is fun. Barker would be my second choice. Dale asked, do you think Supergiant is trapped in Hades, or will they start making other games again? I think they're trapped in Hades. We're going to get a Hades 3. There's a third son of Hades, I believe, in Greek mythology.
Oof.
yeah,
Do you
it's-
think it'll be Hades 3 next?
Probably.
Yeah, honestly.
They have a golden money machine now. They're just going to... I'd print money, too, if I had a golden money machine. Like,
Keep hitting it with the stick. Maybe more money will come out.
right?
Yeah. I mean, I do really like Hades, and I really will be playing Hades 2, and I'm sure I'll enjoy that too for the gameplay. It's probably my favorite gameplay of a Supergiant game because I love those. I love roguelikes so much.
Pyre's a roguelike.
Pyre?
No.
Hell no.
It's like directly not. It's like the opposite of a roguelike.
Yeah. If anything, hopefully they stop at 3.
I can't. I don't.
Can't imagine doing
I'm sure they'll do 3, and I think they will stop there. I think 3 is a step too far, though. I
think 2 is a step too far.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was mad when I heard they were doing Hades 2. I'm like, your guys' whole thing is doing
not sequels.
Yeah, not doing a similar formula with the similar motifs and a totally new original game. Like, that's the thing you do.
Yeah.
And now you're just doing that again. And that was I'm sorry, Hades is by far my least favorite Supergiant game.
I think it really is for me too. It's either Hades or Bastion.
I will say it was my favorite rogue light game because I really steered away from those types of games, and I actually was able to beat that game. And I was like, wow,
very approachable rogue.
Yeah, very approachable. So I will say plus on that.
I don't know. I would just play rogue.
I would not.
Of course you would. Yeah.
I'm not talking about it this month, but I also started playing some of Rogue, and you know what's a really good game is Rogue.
Is it a roguelike?
Kind of.
It's just
It's kind of like a roguelike.
Yeah. It's like those games. Yeah.
Rick asks, I'm not familiar with Pyre at all. What's your best pitch to convert an uninformed individual? I think the elevator pitch that
it was a really good
it's a
elevator
really
was
good
it
pitch.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, I felt like it was almost too factual.
So
Well, that's just because you're not goofy and not unserious
I'm bad
like
at
the
being
rest
factual,
of us.
so when I have to do the elevator pitches, it's like, all right, what's a goofy metaphor or something that can be adjacent to this that can just be silly but not be directly factual.
I would have probably said something like, "You ever been in hell? It's basketball."
Yeah, that was when as soon as you mentioned the elevator pitch, I'm like, I have no idea what I would do if I had a picture this.
No, Bean, you
hell
actually
is basketball.
Right, you gave a good elevator
Yes.
pitch as opposed to what us
we
three
always
would have
do.
done.
Skirting around it.
So yeah, there you go, Rick. It's a fantasy, like real characters matter basketball.
And if you're scared by the word of people, by everyone calling it a sports game,
Doesn't feel like
people who hate sports games that never wanted to play them enjoyed this game thoroughly.
If you like Supergiant games, yeah.
Yep.
I think this game really also encourages like character introspection and their arcs because I felt like a lot of the other games where I was like playing like these role-playing games, I wasn't really as interested in what's happening with the background characters or what's happening even with the main characters.
Right.
And this one I was like so heavily invested and I was like, no, like I need to send these people.
It's not just characters getting stronger; it's people changing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's everyone changes,
Or
in
not
this
changing
game.
because in a way their story ends.
Yeah.
They're not there to change with their friends. Next month,
I do have one more question that I didn't put on the thing because this was a question was for originally for horses. They just gave me the question the day after we recorded horses. So this question comes from Scotty. When you're playing a video game, what component needs to be a 10 out of 10 for you to transcend it into more than just a game for you? Artistic direction, music, addictive gameplay, story, etc. So what needs to be 10 out of 10 for you to kind of like transcend out of just being some game?
Really, I feel like Pyre for me is like just the answer is just Pyre because for me it was
what
everything.
in Pyre?
It was everything. It was like the music, the characters, the story, the art, the mechanics, the fighting was
what
unique.
if you have to choose one of those things for a like what
Yeah.
Transcends it from just being, oh, it's a game I played.
Yeah, what is your like if you had to choose a thing that you glom onto, like what is the
I mean, the thing that
you-
I glom onto is the Hamtaro Game Boy game. So if it's just cute little animals.
No, like
Within Pyre.
Yeah.
but like mechanically, like is it like does a game need to have like its gameplay, its story at top 10? Like what's I think that's what the question
I
is.
can go too. First,
Yeah.
for me, for games like this specifically, it was just a game for me until they added in the writing, the dialogue. Because most games that I've played, I feel like has pretty shit dialogue and pretty shit storytelling. At least for me personally, experiencing a lot of those, especially a lot of RPGs that I play, it's just bad writing. But I don't care. I play RPGs for the gameplay and the character progression of that for a lot of times. But for this game specifically, the fact that there was attention spent on dialogue and relationship between characters, that's what transcended out of just a game for me. And it was just like, I always it's like it's a game, but now it's actually just a great time having the experience of Pyre more than just a game.
Very evocative dialogue filled
Yes.
with a lot of deep, rich text, especially in how it approaches lore too.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a way that I like.
That pulls it out from just being a game for me. It's like this is a great piece of art medium that I can share to other people too, and not just be said, here's a video game that's really fun to play.
Now, I fundamentally do bristle at the premise because I believe 10 out of 10s are bad. But like, honestly, a game being messy but interesting is more important for me than like a game like achieving kind of perfection. But if I were to say a thing that when it's 10 out of 10, it elevates a game for me is romance potential. Not even romance on page, but the potential of romances and to imagine the romances in the relationships. So that, which Pyre gives a lot of.
Yeah. For me, it's if a game changes my mind about something, or if a game makes me see the world or myself differently. That's what makes a game transcendent for me. Like, and this game does that too for me. And for me, it's because it makes me rethink failure. It makes me rethink mercy. It makes me think about selflessness a lot. It makes me think about how I, as a person, approach those things. And that really meant a lot to me. And it did it through those characters. It did it through those relationships.
Yeah, I think that also, just to add on to that, it also made me want to choose the characters to fight against the characters that they actually had bonds with, as opposed to just choosing random people.
Mm-hmm.
It's good RPG training because it invites you to consider what's going to be the most interesting choice as opposed to what's the most optimized choice. So it's good for like role-playing, like tabletop role-playing games in that way.
Just playing, get into that
Yeah,
role.
because like I think RPGs, they do that a lot where they make the most optimal and the best interesting outcome. They try to make that be the same thing too many times, where I think they should be a lot of times separate, where it's furtherance of your goal or furtherance of the person that you're talking to. And I think if you can spend a lot more time and making you have good decisions on stuff, where it's like, I don't like black and white questions. I think those are kind of easy and lame to do in video games. When you start adding in, if you can add in the gray territory, where it's just like, there will just be one side up, one side down, but it's not going to be like,
One's better than
the other.
Yeah.
It's just two different choices, and you have to deal with the ramifications of that. Yeah.
So should we say what we're playing next month and then move on to our famous third segment? What are the games we've been playing this month? Oh,
I do have one question. My question is, what would we add to this to make it even more boosted? My thing is, I want to use the ladder in the freaking wagon. I want to go up into the ladder, and I want everyone to be up there in hammocks, and I want to talk to everyone, not just one person. I want, even if it's like one sentence, like, "Oh, I'm sick, don't talk to me," or just beep boop boop,
Get
or
out of my face.
I'm polishing my jewelry. Like, even if they don't have anything to say.
I'm polishing my jewelry. Leave me alone.
Yeah, or just like, oh, you snore really loud. Can you go tell the other person that they snore really loud? And you can go over and say yes, or tell them or not to say that. I would love more of that.
Love that. I'm so glad you asked this question because it's like the one note I didn't get to in my notes is that I wish there was just a little more interactivity in that living space. Like I think that's which is so funny because thinking about my take on Fate Stay. And all the slice of life stuff, like I was like, oh my god!
To then come around and say,
absolutely killing me.
If there was just more slice of life,
but I think the difference is the characters, really. Like,
or you're just slowly getting poisoned now.
No, because I could go back and continue playing Fate Stay, and I don't know that I'm going to do that right away. Whereas I just. Like I feel like I just played this game in terms for my first playthrough. Like I just played this game and then played it again this month, and I was happy to play it again this month. And I'm already thinking again about the next time I might play this game. Although I now have a pretty thorough perspective of how it can go. From all of you guys playing it with us, but I still like it, and I am confident I will play this game again, at least to try True Nightwing mode.
Ooh, real quick, I just want to add on to that sentiment. Is this game you can play multiple times? There's games where you finish and you're like, I don't want to play it again, or I just want to look up real quick. Like this one, I want to play again.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. For me, I kind of like the way this game does have so many options, and just getting an option and going, I'm good.
I will say what I've learned from talking about the RPGs I've grown up on and loved so much, the more I play them, the more I hate them. The more I get the full scope of what every choice is and I find out that choices don't matter, it'll immediately ruin the RPG for me.
Think about that a lot with Mass Effect.
Yeah, Mass Effect
Feels bigger than it really is.
Yes, Mass Effect felt way bigger, and then I played it again recently, and I'm like, wait, this is just so small, and everything is not as good as I remember it being.
BioWare's really good at fooling you into thinking your choices matter.
I actually think they're really bad at it, whereas Pyre is really good at it.
When you're 14, when you're 15, 16.
Yeah.
So when you're
So
gullible.
like when you're the average game audience of the time when those games were coming
Back
out.
when I thought
now these
Fascist
days, most
Space
gamers-
Cop was probably the coolest and best option because I know best.
Yeah,
Back when
exactly.
I had those opinions of Mass Effect. Yeah. And then I figured out, wait a minute, this is so stupid and such a bad plan to put all this power into one military person.
Now, the thing I would add to this game is sex scenes to make it better.
Romance scenes, like
more explicit romance, honestly though, yeah.
like it could be like what if the Beertrude wants to give a flower to Sandalwood, and you get an option to do that or not.
Or, yeah. Yeah, or we want to see the mechanics of Tree X Snake. And
Tree Cur.
How does that work? Tree Cur.
Monster
Tree
on
Cur is
monster.
a Pokemon, I'm pretty sure. Max, do you have anything you would add to Pyre?
Honestly, it's hard to tell because I don't think I played this game to its extent in terms of like using all the mechanics. Because why I like playing higher difficulties usually on games is because usually it makes you use every single piece of your kit in order to be successful. One of the games I point to very easily is like Skyrim. When you play on normal difficulty, you don't need to do anything except for slash with your weapon.
Any game in that genre that run around and collect things RPGs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you put Skyrim on Legendary, everyone says everything's just a bullet sponge now. It just takes a billion hits to hit someone. I'm like, well, not if you have your enchantments and your alchemy and your poisons and your potions and using every single tool at your disposal to do something. They die at the same rate. You're just not using all the tools in the game. I really like that aspect for video games, where it's like the higher difficulty forces you to do all of the kit. And so my thing would be maybe make passing more interesting. But a lot of this, I think, is coming from the difficulty that I played on.
Yeah, I definitely try to Nightwing mode if you want to do the mechanics of this game.
Yep.
Full out.
Yeah.
Even heightened was a significantly different experience than normal, I would say.
I figured as I was playing. And I could have changed it while I was playing, but I was also like, if I do that, it'll probably add more game time. And I got to finish the game.
Yeah, that's fair.
It probably would have. I just one other, like, specifically, when you're flying around on the maps, I want to click on things. I want to
do more.
I want little
exploration.
I want there to be
dialogue.
more little drive imps floating around that I can click on and get a coin. Like,
Okay, now you're talking about it like it's a gotcha game where you're collecting your daily coins.
I feel like I'm in 5-year-old brain mode where I'm like, well, when I fly around on the flying thing, I want to go for hoops and I want to get a +10, and I like.
Ooh, what if you were flying?
Even if it counts for nothing, I just want +10s. And
What if while you're flying through the different territories, you had like it would be like over here 5, 4, 3, 2, and if you don't get to it, nothing like won't happen there. Like it might be like a fish, or it might be
Quick events.
what if you can't even get to the rights in time?
That could be interesting. Being late to the right.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Yeah, but you get a giant debuff
That'd be funny.
for pissing everybody else off for waiting for you.
Fucking Barker
Sometimes-
has a buff now because he's angry. Yeah, so are we good on Pyre? Do we want to...
Good job, Pyre.
Good job, Pyre. Next month, we are playing Darkwood.
Woohoo!
Who chose Darkwood?
I
Me
think
again.
Uncle did. Yeah.
It's a double trouble, Uncle Funkle. Because I picked this month and then I picked next month.
Oh, okay, that's what that
the-
means.
that's
I was
the
like,
double-
what?
That's the double.
Yeah.
I
was also-
Deadwood. It's a spooky.
Yep, we're continuing the Year of Frights.
After our hiatus, I think we should have done this one on April. This game for their April Fools odd one out.
Oh well.
I mean, it's not really a fool's when it's like we tell the month before what the next game
I
is
know.
going to be.
But-
But
This was the last island of non-spooks, I think.
Yeah, because
Darkwood is very scary. It's like an actually scary game.
I'm excited to play it. I have seen so much of it already.
Top-down single-player survival mode with very narrow cones of vision.
Yeah.
this is gonna fuck me up, isn't it?
It's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be. It might be as hard for you as pull per pot. What's that's the game that I hate.
Pathologic.
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 It's as that was for me. Yeah, maybe.
Darkwood has dark themes.
Oh.
It's kind of yucky.
It is very yucky. It's also spooky, which is why when Uncle suggested it, I was like, yes, I've never played this, but I've needed a reason to
I've
play
always
it.
wanted, that's me too. Like, I've always wanted to play this game, and honestly, I'm a little scared. But now I have an excuse, and I have to.
Oh, I love scary games. I am excited to talk more about scary games after I've had this renaissance of scary games as of like 2 years ago to start playing them. There's good stuff in them.
Can't wait to get talking about Gay Panic when we play those Robert Yang games.
That'll be funny.
That'll be a nice oasis in the scary games.
Yeah, true. That's your second oasis for you.
Are we ready for our famous third segment? What other games have we been playing this month? Who would like to go first? Who would like to share?
I'll go first. Max has been playing Terraria on mobile. It's actually fine as long as you have an Xbox Elite Series 2 controller.
Okay,
I was going to say, because like, it's a pretty, like...
the controls are horrible on mobile. God awful.
And
it's
like, kind of a frantic gameplay when
it's a
you're
bullet
in
hell
combat.
a lot of times.
Yeah.
As how a lot of the boss fights end up happening. But things have been really slow at work for the last... Well, not slow. We've just gotten really efficient at getting projects done and out the door way ahead of schedule. But money is still flowing very quickly, so... We have a lot of leeway now to be able to do what we want because stuff will come in and immediately we'll ship it out.
Nice.
So me and my buddy that worked there, we blowed up on Terraria. He built little 3D printed stands for our phones so they sit upright. And we put them there. And then we both have our Xbox Elite Series 2 controllers and we connect to those via Bluetooth. And we got these tiny itty-bitty screens that we're playing Terraria on mobile. And we just beat the game last week. So we beat the Moon Lord. Yep, it was... I think we checked. We had 100 and... No, it was 86 hours that we put into that.
God.
And all of that was only played at work. So I got paid 86 hours of my salary to play Terraria.
2 work weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yep. So I played that and had a lot of fun with it. Don't pick it up if you're going to play it with the mobile touch controls. And honestly, the only time you should ever pick up Terraria on mobile is if you're in a situation like me where you don't have access to a computer to play it on there. Don't play Terraria on mobile. Play it on a computer. It's going to be way better. Yeah. I've just played it previously. I know how to play it. And
okay, so this is a go-to game for you.
This is like the iconic 2-week Minecraft arc that some friend groups will see that you'll see online that people will go down. Mm-hmm. This is one of those games for me and my friends that it'll be like, it's been 2 years. Let's play Terraria or Minecraft for 2 weeks straight, not doing anything else, and it's so much fun.
Well, not Minecraft anymore because BDS.
True.
And also, did you see when they added the MLK civil rights?
That was
stuff?
so embarrassing, dude.
What?
Oh, do you not know about this?
No, I
Uncle?
don't.
Oh, Bean,
No.
you don't? Oh, yeah, no.
Tell
they
me about how MLK is somehow a part
in
of
Minecraft.
They just added No Good Trouble DLC.
Yeah, it's DLC too.
Yeah, so you can learn about the civil rights movements.
So it's
In
like an
Minecraft.
This country's freaking awesome.
It's like an in-game world you can go to where you can. It's like an in-game museum of the civil rights movement.
It's like when they did that with Fortnite and the Joker was doing the Gertie to the MLK speech.
Yep.
wow.
It was very, very
'Cause we live in
weird,
a-
and everyone when it came out, everyone said it was very, very weird. Like,
Everyone disliked this.
yeah, it was
one
like,
of those
why?
moments.
And nobody hopefully played it, right? Because BDS.
No, not at all.
God.
Yeah.
Terraria, that's a game I tried. Starbound? That's the same people, right?
Starbound is different. So that's Chucklefish publisher. Terraria is 505 publisher.
I thought it was always the same people for
Different-
some reason because they
different
look
people.
very much the same.
Starbound got fucked for development and is bad because of it. But they tried very hard. The game was shipped by interns that really wanted to make this game possible.
That's a bummer.
And it got horribly mismanaged. So that's why, like, if you see negative reviews, it's mostly talking about the development process for Starbound. But yeah, very similar games. I actually talked to my buddy. I'm like, well, now that we also set up game streaming on our phones, so we can have our PCs on at home, and then we can use open source streaming to stream via
Hell yeah.
VPN
Hell yeah.
from
Hell yeah.
and since I'm in a privileged position at work where I am outside of our security because of the nature of the work that I do. And so I am allowed to have a VPN back to my house to be able to stream my desktop and use my 3080 at home to run a tiny little screen on my phone because Steam Deck's got banned. And I'm like, well, my boss can't ban my phone because I have a lot of work-related stuff on it. So... And my boss came by and looked at us, and is like, "At least you guys are smart enough to know how to go around everything." And I'm like, he's like, "I don't care at this point. I whatever."
It's so telling.
Yes.
So telling that they specifically banned Steam Decks.
Yep. So me and my buddy spent a lot of time figuring everything out, and now we have it honestly pretty seamless. Where we started playing Night Rain at work too on our phones. Oh my
God.
Wow.
It's impressive. If you guys want open source game streaming, look up Moonlight and Sunshine. You'll need both of those programs, and there's a lot of guides online how to do it. I recommend it.
I might be doing.
It's good.
I might
Kinda
be
cool.
Doing that.
It's good.
I should do it.
Should.
My
Just
Steam
play
Deck's not
games in
banned at
school.
work. Hold on.
Fuck
My
it. Fuck the kids. Yeah. They're all playing games all day anyway. Why don't I just
True.
fucking join them, man?
True.
Well, you're too busy reading Warhammer. You see.
You're not wrong. I give them independent reading time so I can do independent reading.
Bean, do you want to talk about the game you've been playing?
Yeah, Armello. I
Fucking
called it
love
like
this game.
Armello, and it's not that.
No,
so
it's not
do
that.
not
It is
say
Armello.
that. Say Armello. It is a board game, video game. Going into it, I literally read the description and it was like, it's like Game of Thrones meets Catan. And I was like, that is so wild, but okay.
That's actually a good description.
Yeah, and then I played it. I was like, oh no, they're on it. Because it is there's little hexagons. Each little hexagon does a little thing. Like there's a little village, there's a mountain, there's forest. There's like, you can get like
Swamps.
Yes, there's swamps. You can like go through the treasury, get like treasure or whatever, or guess the cave is what it is. Or monsters come out of it.
Oh, the ruins. Yeah, the dungeons.
The ruins. Thank
the
you.
dungeons.
Yeah.
Ugh, the Banes pop up. I play a lot of Armello too. It's like,
Yeah, it was also P.S. It was gifted from Faden, so thank you.
oh shit, I gave it to you.
Yeah, you
I completely
did.
forgot.
And then we never played.
We need good games.
We need to play together.
We need to play Armello.
I will say I've never won, but I do have a good time playing it.
Who's your favorite Armellian?
I like playing the rabbit people because I think at night, if you're out of a certain type of card or whatever, you get boosted in like circle or whatever.
It depends on the rabbits, but I know the rabbits usually get benefits from dungeoneering.
Yeah, well, it's also like I think it's like, I forget, I'm not explaining this right, but also I think it is something in terms of like, if you do a thing, you can gain a thing, and I do that because it helps me, as opposed to the other ones, like the wolf guys, like you're marked as like a bad guy instantly.
Yeah, you get to play a really angry wolf guy with 2 axes who's just
Yeah.
like immediately marked. Fang's my favorite personally because he also kills people really easily.
And I guess my pitch for the game is, if you really like Game of Thrones and Catan
And animals.
and animals.
Animals. This is a
So
great
Redwall.
game for furries. Yes, Redwall Game of Thrones is a
Yeah,
great
there
way
we
to describe
go.
this.
Yeah, because that's what it is. You're trying to topple the king, and the king has consumed the darkness,
Oh, the rot.
the rot. Thank
The
you.
rot.
Yeah.
Bad berries.
Well, yeah, it's like a eldritch infection as the king is like making these erratic decisions too. Like every morning there'll be like king's decrees, and the king will offer the prestige leader 1 or 2 bad options. The prestige leader will be like, well, I guess this one where we either pay 3 coins or get poisoned.
I just looked up. I must have gotten Armello at some point at some kind of charity bundle that I bought because I just checked Steam and I have it and I have 0 hours in the game.
We should have an
Oh
Armello
my god,
night.
we should play. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
I'm not
be-
good at it, but I will play.
So right, I have no idea what the game is besides what you just Game of Thrones animal
Redwall.
So the
Yeah,
goal is
Redwall.
to kind of go around, either like get prestige, which helps you get more coins, or to go around and get more rot, so you can like uninfect yourself, so you can uninfect the king, or to like
well, no, if you get more rot, you can just beat the king and become the rot lord next.
Yeah, okay, yeah, never mind that one. And then I think the other one is if you get strong enough, you can kill the king and stop
You could just beat the king in a 1v1 duel.
Nice.
Or you can get the stones and cleanse the king and like kill him automatically.
So it does feel like a little bit like Catan, where it's like multiple ways to
win.
find victory.
Yep. Yeah. Or if the king just dies, because the king like loses health every single day because of the rot, whoever's the prestige leader becomes the next king.
Yep.
My favorite bit about that game is like you get quests. Like quests will pop up that kind of have these little narrative stories, and you get to basically go, do I rely on my stats enough to get the special item, or do I just take the normal quest rewards? Because you can get some bad benefits if you try to go for that special item.
Essentially, a whole bunch of cards spin around in a circle, and you click on the cards, and if they're red, you don't get the thing, you get the minus, and if they're green, you get the bonus.
Sometimes you get little guys.
Yeah.
I like the little squire. I think it's like it's like a rabbit holding all these like swords and shit, and like if you die, the squire dies instead.
Yeah, you can get up to like 3 different squires, and you can attach 3 different attachments.
Yeah, you get 3 different items, and it's a fun little weird dice game. Level up your characters in Quest too. Like if you choose a certain stat, it'll just like level up that stat. It's kind of a funny. It's kind of like in that era of Grimdark too, like back in like 10 years ago, where we kind of entered the Game of Thrones like dark fantasy Grimdark era. Kind
characters really die.
Yeah, kind of. It's
there
like
are consequences.
there are consequences, but also here's a little bear who runs around, and she basically gets more powerful against rotten creatures because she's like a really nice bear. Or here's this otter who hates cops, and you get a lot of benefits for killing the cops, and
Nice.
that's one of my favorite characters too. For some reason,
And it's an otter.
it's an otter, like a gruff old man otter with a fishing spear.
Nice.
There's a lot of fun characters. There's bodacious, busty rat lady with a fan. She like looks like a baroness, but like has big titties.
They're bad rats.
They're bad rats. There's some bad
I
rats
love
in
a
that
bad
game.
rat.
Oh my god, I love otters. I love their little there's so many fun stories. If you go to like the Seattle Otters, you can learn one of them is really good at the triangle attack, where they form a little triangle in the water and then they tack in the water in a triangle shape.
I'm just like imagining an otter
Top-tier
make
predators.
yeah, I'm just imagining an otter making triangles with his hand and like a beam coming out.
Giant
Triangle
beam
attack.
coming out.
Like fucking TN. Like
They're
tri-beam
Pokemon.
cannon. Uncle, what about you? Do you want to talk about a game?
I watched a little TV.
You watched a little TV.
I watched a little TV, a little Blippo Plus. Flip on the Blippo Plus, people. Watch those channels, surf through the many options of absolute gibberish and nonsense that you can watch. Blippo Plus on Nintendo Switch and your PC, or on your very own, what the fuck is that thing
The
called?
Playdate?
The Playdate, a hand-cranked, very retro-looking handheld console.
I want one so bad.
I do
if they
too.
were not
there, if it wasn't $230
Yeah.
or whatever.
Oh, it's like $300.
Yeah. Blippo Plus.
Bippo.
Blippo Plus is a weird little game. Relatively recent to it. It's just a bunch of nonsense, really. It's like little 30-second, 1-minute clips.
Yeah, like they're like 2 minutes long, I think, at most. It's weird.
How many channels are there? There's I
don't know.
a
like
dozen
10,
channels,
yeah, a dozen
and you
channels.
can flip through them. There's a TV guide option with the shows keep going in the upper corner, and they're all just weird retro. They look like public access shows for the most part. All very strange, all very bizarre. Vibes similar to Interdimensional Cable from the Rick and Morty series.
Oh, God.
Kind of like that, but a little
But good?
less loose. Yeah. Non-improvised.
But thought out?
Yeah. A lot of it feels like a Tim and Eric sketch, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah, it feels like sketch comedy.
Yeah, it feels like Tim and Eric. Actually, here you go. If you like the Adult Swim infomercials or the Tim and Eric Cinco product commercials, these are that.
Yeah.
Blippo Plus is a lot like that.
It's described by people as a 6-hour, a disguised 6-hour-long science fiction movie disguised as television network, disguised as a video game.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, because
that's a great description.
Yeah.
the big plot of it
Thanks,
is
Internet.
there's this planet called Blip, and Blip is extremely similar to Earth.
It's like Earth 2. It's
but
like a different dimension Earth.
mirror version. It's a funhouse mirror version of Earth, and we are getting the signals, and we get to watch their culture.
It's very neat, and you should watch it. It's better than real TV, that's for sure.
Oh, it's
Kind of.
so
Oh, for
bad.
sure.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I love how quirky it is. I love how silly it is. I'm just like, oh my god. I just want to hold it and have it as a little Tamagotchi,
Yeah.
and I want it to play, and I want to just bring it with me to other places
I want to crank it.
And you can.
for $200.
No,
For 4 installments of $65.99.
Does a favorite show that you saw? One that stuck out the most?
The one that's like Zoom, and it's like a bunch of
Boredom.
Yeah,
The
Boredom.
teen
It's a
show.
bunch of teens sitting around talking.
Talking about aliens.
Yeah.
Are they hairy?
It's
I would
great.
love to brush it. I love brushing my
Yeah, I
hair.
love brushing hair. Yeah.
I saw like 2 minutes of it as I walked in before we started recording, and I think I'm gonna go home and probably buy it and
I'm
probably
almost
watch
certain
it.
you're
Oh, I'm
buy
so
it
gonna
right
buy
now.
it right away.
Bean, did you have a favorite show?
Oh my god, no, it's so hard to choose. I've seen like literally almost 90 of them, it feels like, and I can't even choose.
I'm a big fan of Bushwalker.
Bushwalker's good.
Bushwalker's
first person perspective.
It's truly someone playing real life Skyrim and just walking slowly,
They're
holding
just
out
bushwhacking
an
with
axe and a knife.
two
Yeah.
fake hands on the first person view. Of
It
walking.
feels like someone put the GoPro like on their chest.
Yeah. The angle of it is it's as if someone just put a GoPro on their chest and started walking straight into the forest with not on a trail,
Yep.
and then went back over it and put first person video of someone holding two different things, doing a walking motion up and down.
My favorite part is when it like they're like walking, the arms are going up and down, and then they stop, level out, and then they like hold out the things like slightly to the side and then go back to up and down, up and down. It's just like such a minor little, and then the title hitting Bushwalker.
Yeah. The whole thing is kind of surreal and just super funky and fun to be like, man, someone made this.
Clone Troyes is my other favorite one, where it's a hospital full of these cloned ladies, and it's like a tale of romance and affairs and stuff. One of my favorite bits is like, do you think we'll not have our affair anymore? Like, after one of them saying, Dr. Sims married me, and it's all the same actor playing all these roles in different costumes.
Awesome.
And so my favorite is like, oh, do we think she's single? And they're both daydreaming about her. and
Okay,
it's-
no, that's my favorite actually.
It's so good.
When that one came on, I was like, this is amazing and I'm in love.
I
Yeah.
truly like a romance clone story where they're
So
all
good.
different doctors. Dr. Xerox.
Oh, they're all so good.
They're all so
truly,
good.
truly.
Love Small Talk with Gita, the drag queen.
That's a good one, yeah.
Worst Tavern, the Star Trek sitcom. God.
What did you play this month?
So I no longer play gachas anymore.
Good.
And
Me either.
yeah, it was
The
really
world is healing.
The
Yeah.
world is healing. It was very good to get rid of that a couple of months ago. But I like the idea of a game that I check in with every day. And so
I don't play gotchas, but I do have a gotcha.
I do play Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing's not a gacha. It's a full game.
It's a safe space gotcha where you don't have to worry about
You don't
spending
have
money.
to keep paying, but it's exactly the same. You're right. Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry, real quick. What is a gotcha?
like
gotcha.
like
That's
Pokemon.
They do
Pocket,
get you.
They get you.
like the free games that like intentionally try to get you to pay money to play more. But like Pokemon Pocket, your Genshin impacts,
Yep.
your
Okay,
girls
okay.
frontline
Thank
mission, your
The
Arc
most
Raiders, your
successful
Uma
video
Musumes.
games to
Tacticus,
ever have
40K.
existed monetarily.
Yep,
wise.
where all the talent is now going in video games too, as industry starts shutting down, and the only
because
thing
they
that
have
makes-
infinite money because of their horrible business practices,
Yeah,
where they
that-
just drain everybody of all their
yeah,
income.
they just prey on people's natural reaction to want to play a game,
Yeah.
and have fun, and instead,
Would
it's
you like to do better right now for $5?
Would you like to not play for 90 hours and instead actually be able to have fun?
Mm-hmm,
Give me $400 to maybe get this character. Those sort of games. So, yeah, have been playing Animal Crossing every day, doing my check-ins, running around, hitting the money rock, having a good time.
You know what it is? This is your nicotine patch. This is your nicotine gum to cut your addiction to gotcha cigarettes.
Well, but the thing is, I didn't transition. Like I just quit cold turkey one day. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm done with this. Uninstalled all my gotchas. Literally, one morning I just felt that. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I did the same thing recently. Zero regrets.
Yeah,
I
zero
do
regrets.
not miss it at all.
I also got rid of the one gacha I talked about I was playing last year. But like the nice thing about gachas with me is like, I still have the success story of haha, you didn't get any of my money.
I've never
and I
spent
played,
$1
and
on a
I
gacha,
played.
Here's the
but
thing.
They did take my time, and I watched ads.
Yeah.
And
They take your
got
time,
my
which is more
data,
important than your money.
And they get your data.
Oh, no.
When you turn it on, where you are when you turn it on, and
Where you're at when you purchase things, which is a specific thing they aim for, and then send you emails during those specific times to try to get you to do more. It's so funny, like getting my gotcha emails, like, please come back.
Yeah,
Like,
I will.
no.
I did pay the $5 to remove ads off the app when I did play the gacha, but I felt good with that decision because now they're making even less money than if I were to watch ads.
Yeah, like this month, I just felt the Animal Crossing itch. And it's been
An
great.
itch I do not understand, I gotta say.
Oh my
I've
God,
tried.
I love
have
Animal
never-
Crossing.
I am part of the 1 in 10 people maybe who just like Animal Crossing feels like poison to me. Like I see people playing it. I've tried to play it, and I was like, this is hell. Hell isn't basketball. Hell is Animal Crossing.
You really do struggle with directionless games.
Yeah.
You need your direction.
I need purpose. A flame without purpose just fizzles out or becomes a bonfire and destroys everything.
Very similar, where decorating is not purpose.
No.
And
Fuck no.
For me, decorating is not purpose, and I don't care how my house looks.
Yeah.
Is it upgraded all the way? Do I have the most stat points for it? Is it?
Oh my God.
I need my numbers.
And so I will get into decorating and dressing up places and characters, but only if there is a consequence of some kind
For not doing it?
For not doing it,
Or it's a game where it has direction and it's just a side thing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's adding flavor to the thing that is meaningful.
Yeah.
Like if the whole point is dressing up and buying things, if that's the game,
Where's the meaning in that? There's no meaning in that, obviously. It's meaningless.
well, it's not that it's meaningless. I don't care.
I know, I was being
I just don't
sarcastic.
care. Yeah.
I was like, that's the meaning of the game, is making your little things, making your designs, talking to your villagers, sending them unhinged letters.
It's just when that's all it is and there's no context beyond that, I can't care.
Well, the thing... well, that's fine, because I care very much about Rocco, Allie, Valley, Peanut, Freckles, and all my little villagers, and talking to them every day. And I got scammed. Animal Crossing for the GameCube's mean.
It is.
It is like
Really?
the animals are meaner to you.
Yes.
A lot of them constantly like, oh, you're finally getting up. It's in the afternoon, you lazy ass.
Wow.
Or one time, this one villager said, hey, I have this backyard wallpaper. This really rare back wall yard paper for 14,000 bells. It will be yours. And he went, 14,000? That's a lot of money in this game.
Must be good.
Must be good. So I bought it. Went, hell yeah, I'm going to go replace my wallpaper, go to the Nook store and like sell all the stuff and like sell all the things. I'm like, Nook, what do you have in here? What's the wallpaper you have there? Backyard wallpaper? 800 bells? I'm sorry, 800 bells?
Get ripped off.
I got ripped off. I'm a fucking mark to these animals.
You got fleeced.
Wow.
Like, I think this would be unthinkable for a modern Animal Crossing game to do to you.
1 million Pokebucks for a Slowpoke tail, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's truly, it's something that I'm like, this is mean. This is so mean, because part of it's like, oh yeah, it's $1,400 with shipping and handling. Or not $1,400, sorry, $14,000. Like, yeah, I gotta really reiterate how much I got fleeced. Almost 14 more, like 15, 16 times more than what it's worth.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
It's like I go to the fashion designer every so often when I see her, and she's just like, "You look like shit." You're not even good enough to wear a brand I think is sucky. You have to wear this even lower tier brand, you idiot. I got fucked on the stock market today. Today was my last day I could sell
All the turnips.
Yeah, so there's stocks in Animal Crossing. Do you not know about this, Uncle?
I mean, are you surprised I don't know about this?
The price of turnips changes constantly.
The price of turnips changes every day. I bought them for 90 bells a piece, bought 100 of them, 9,000. Today was my last day. I've been holding out. I'm like, can't be as bad as 60. Today was 45 a piece. I lost half of my investment.
Because they go bad after a while, don't they?
Yep, on Sunday
it's a
they
stock
go bad.
market, but your stocks die after like 7 days.
Yep. Yeah, because they're turnips. You can't keep turnips for a week.
This is hell.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so good.
Oh, and the cops, like if you get stuff from the Lost and Found, sometimes the cops will be like, ew, like that's yours.
Yeah. The others sometimes will be like, I don't fucking care, take it, whatever. The cops are the best in this. They're so lazy. They got rid of the cops and like they became like border patrol, which is worse in my opinion in the later games. But it's just nice going back, like the museum. Like, usually you'd get a fossil, dig it up out of the ground in modern Animal Crossing, go to the museum, be like, what is this, Blathers? And Blathers are like, it's why. No, not in this one. Blathers like, I don't fucking know how to identify fossils. I don't got my degree in this. You got to go write a letter to the museum and send it to the museum, and they'll mail it to you back the next day.
Ugh.
I know, the mail system, 10 out of 10.
It's
like
so
a whole
good.
giant, like, excavated fossil in the mail.
Yeah. All right, you're sending a T-Rex torso back. Thank you.
I put Animal Crossing in the same bucket as I put Warframe. Where games that say, all right, you want to do this? You were having fun? All right. Imagine having fun 24 hours from now because now you can't do anything until 24 more hours. And I'm like, that's why would I play this?
It just feels nice because it's nice to do slow living. I'm not running anywhere, so I don't mess up my dirt. Because if you run places, it'll like leave tracks and
does.
trails. So I'm just walking everywhere, having a good old time.
Gotta go fast.
Playing it on my CRT too, so it looks perfect.
I do love that little thing.
It's so good.
CRTs are nice.
Yeah.
This was also the era where, does anyone remember the Game Boy Advance e-reader?
Remind me what it is. That sounds really
So
familiar.
you would have this like you would plug in this card reader into your Game Boy Advance, and
Action
you get
Replay?
these e-reader cards, not Action Replay. They were like literally maybe the first version of Amiibos, where you would get content based on the cards you'd buy. So in Animal Crossing, you could scan your different Animal Crossing cards by swiping it with the e-reader.
Oh, I always wanted one of those, the little handheld games where you scan them and you get monsters, and it was
Skylanders?
no,
Tamagotchi?
No.
Digimon?
Digimon.
But yeah, so like this is really funny. I was reading the instruction booklet, and every time the e-reader pops up,
Scanners.
it gives the entire. I remember scanners. Oh my
Yes.
god.
Scanners.
They had their own monster cards, and like they all had their own different stats.
Yeah, you'd go to the grocery store with your mom, and you'd scan labels on food items, and you'd get random monsters from some labels.
Oh, scanners
Yeah.
with a Z.
Yeah.
That's right, because it was based on the barcodes. Because it was just a barcode reader, and
so
it would just generate
just-
a monster.
It was just sounded like a dream game to a poor kid because it's like Pokemon, but all you have to do is go to the grocery store with your mom, and you'll get lots
something
of
to
new
do.
Pokemon.
Yeah, something to do at the grocery store.
Yeah.
But the e-reader is it's just like there's ads for it everywhere in the instruction booklet. I'm reading the instruction booklet, and every time it says you can do an e-reader function, it has the entire like massive 2-paragraph explanation for the e-reader. Like you can get an e-reader at this, and you can do it by prepping the e-reader, and like going through all the explanation. Every single time, you can tell it was the thing they were trying to push in that moment.
Yeah.
And it's kind of wild to see because that's Amiibos now.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo just does that.
Yeah.
Except they decided instead of cards, we make models.
Mm-hmm.
Though my partner just bought cards that have the Amiibo codes in it and just scans the cards now. So it's you could buy a pack of those for $10 and it's like 100 different Amiibos. But yeah, I just really like Animal Crossing. I like playing a good one too, since the new one is really bad. I don't like the new one.
The closest I'll go to Animal Crossing is Stardew Valley with my spreadsheets.
Respectable.
Mm-hmm.
Respectable. But yeah, that was the game I've been playing this month and probably will continue playing because I missed Red's paintings on Friday and I need to go get some paintings.
I have a special place in my heart for Animal Crossing. Also, never lose the save card for GameCube.
No.
Never.
I mean, that's it. That's gone. Your
Never
town disappears.
lose it.
Promotions?
Promotions. Does anyone have anything they want to plug?
Everything's great. I mean, this this country's going great. I don't think we need to do anything or solve any problems, personally.
Yeah. No, I think we're on track to win it.
I'm happy, and I'm not speaking ironically or sarcastically at all. No,
We're definitely not in the American century of humiliation.
Yeah, definitely not that. Did you guys see that big crazy the Year of the Horse event, the Chinese mega event where they unveiled their terrifying robots?
No.
China has really advanced, really scary robots.
Gundams?
No, but they have infantry robots. Humanoid infantry robots. I mean, actually, the event was actually really cool. I'm happy. I like China.
They're good at
China's a cool place.
They're good at putting on a show. On like,
it was.
You watch a military parade in our country. You watch a military parade in theirs. And
it wasn't a parade. It was like this whole event.
Yeah, no, I know. It was just like
Essentially, they had little humanoid robots doing breakdancing.
Yeah.
Now, do we look? Everyone likes to have a humanoid robot doing breakdancing, but nobody likes to admit that it's a guy in a suit.
I mean, if those were suits, that's some impressive suit work.
It's some guy.
Have you
using
seen
a
their
mocap.
movies? They're good at costuming.
It's some guy using a mocap suit, and usually the thing is, it's like
that's
how all robotic demonstrations are done.
Absolutely.
The impressive stuff is it's still able to keep its balance while doing all these moves.
Unless it's a Tesla presentation and it literally is a guy in a suit.
Or a Russian presentation and they didn't get the memo that it's a person in a suit and they actually try making a robot walk and it falls within the first 5 seconds and they pull down the curtains.
Yep, love that.
It was so funny.
What was the plug?
I don't know.
The world's doing good. Don't worry.
China's doing great, and we just need to, fingers crossed, hopefully they solve our problems for us, right?
President Xi, my country's very sick. Please send help.
I will boost the other podcast, the Warhammer podcast, The Lost and the Damned. There is something special and beautiful happening there. Please listen. You will fall in love.
I think there's something.
And you will get hooked forever.
Thank you. It's been fun. We're on book 7. We just finished book 7.
We're on book 8.
Yeah, we're on book 8 now.
Yeah, it's not too late to join before they finish.
Mm-hmm. got a little bit of time.
Definitely not too late.
Yeah, we got
get in before the final push.
Yeah,
for the final 5 years.
Yeah, we're 2 years away now, guys.
Yeah, we're in it now. We're so close. 5 more years.
Yep.
Follow me on Blue Sky Faden Cross. You can ask me questions there. Promote our podcast. If you listen to this, share it.
Yeah. Fight the government.
Not a big fan of the government.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night and a great month.
Darkwood next month. Bye.
Bye.
Spooky games.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.